In LaPlace, if you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you. $16,250 dealer discount, $3,750 rebate. Black Widow Edition stock number F4343.
Are you experiencing fatigue, low libido, and muscle loss? At Rejuvenate Medical, we specialize in medically monitored hormone replacement therapy. Begin your journey to a better you. RejuvenateMedical.com. That's REJUVIME medical.com.
At Curbside, great burgers aren't just what we do, it's who we are. Catch the big game in our newly renovated backyard with over a dozen TVs. Enjoy ice-cold buckets of beer, craft frozens, and boozy milkshakes. Curbside has something for everyone. Visit Curbside today.
Respect isn't something that's just given, it's earned. It comes from having experience and possessing knowledge that can be passed on to the next generation. Jim's Firearms.
Insurance companies have teams of professionals to fight your claim. If you want to know what your case is really worth, I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7970.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 7 a.m. here on Friday, January 17th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect cloudy skies with a high of 66. In hour one of today's show, we'll talk about the Colin Hurley accident, and we'll give you the latest on the Saints head coaching search. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah, they said I got to come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yo! What's happening, y'all? Welcome in. Friday, January 17th, 2025. Made it through another week, guys. Here we go. The weekend beginning in earnest. Chances are a lot of y'all had your weekend start last night. Who knows what you're feeling like listening to this morning. But just remember, man, you can do anything for 3 hours, 4 hours, however long you got to be at work today. You can do anything for that long. And then you just suck it up. You go recover and you get ready to have yourself some fun for the rest of the weekend. Hope everybody's having a great morning. Team of Jacob, Alondra, Taylor, all in studio today. We got the full crew here. Had a fantastic day yesterday afternoon at the grand opening of the Elite Training Academy and Oshner Orthopedic Clinic over there off of Burbank. We'll obviously talk about that. Jake's involved. It is awesome, guys. Again, I'm not paid to say this or anything. I have no skin in the game, but that place is pretty incredible. Jake, y'all did a great job over there. A mile away from LSU's campus, guys. So what it is it's they have the training portion of it, which is 2 giant outdoor football fields, a giant indoor field. They're gonna have all your Little League or NFL flag football, soccer, like all the youth sports and everything. But then attached to it, Osher and the Andrews Institute opening up a walk-in orthopedic clinic. And so again, I know it's impossible, I think, for me to talk about this and for y'all to trust that I'm somehow not getting like some sort of advertising dollars here or something. I am being completely sincere in that it warmed my heart to see this resource in Baton Rouge, because what it is taking truly professional level facilities. And I am not exaggerating. In fact, the physical therapy room feels as if it's better than probably a lot of college rooms. And I mean, the NFL nowadays may have finally caught up. But like back in the day, the NFL used to very famously have pretty bad facilities.
Yeah.
Like when I was playing college football, sometimes we'd have better facilities than the NFL guys had. This PT room is the technology blew me away. As somebody who spent countless hours in physical therapy 2 labrum surgeries, ACL surgery, snap fibula with a plate in it. I mean, I used to live in these rooms. The fact that you can be a little league kid, a high school, or a person just like getting older who gets hurt, and this is where you get to recover, it is like truly bringing fire to the people. It's awesome, dude. Y'all did a hell of a job. This is the last thing I'm going to say on it because, again, I don't want you all to think that I don't know. I know, whatever. It's impossible to get you to trust me. It's awesome. You go see it for yourself, and you tell me I'm wrong. That's all I'll say. You did a hell of a job there.
Well, thank you, T-Bob. It was a long time, any process like that, a 3-4 year process and putting everything together and making sure it was done the right way. And that's kind of why we chose the name Elite, was we wanted everything to feel elite. Not that we're trying to only have elite athletes. And so it's been a labor of love, and everybody involved's done a fantastic job, and it was good to see Clyde out there, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, another one of the owners with us, and to have that day finally, once you kind of build up this thing and it's finally built and the fields are ready and the PTs, everything's ready to go. It was a good day. It was a great day to see it all kind of come together.
It was very funny though. I was kind of laughing because everybody's getting up there and giving speeches, and as you said, it's been a huge amount of work, I think, to get it to this point. And there's very congratulatory tone at a lot of speeches. And Dr. Andrews gets up there and he's like, okay, we built it, but now we got to start working.
Yeah.
Like now it begins. He is very much like, all right, let's go. Kick this thing into gear. But it's awesome, guys. Again, for Louisiana, for Baton Rouge, I love when the city gets stuff that I feel like other places don't have, right? Because too often feels like we're lagging behind. And it's amazing, man. It's amazing. Go check it out for yourself. Don't trust me. It was my first time in there, and I was blown away. It was very cool, man. Very cool. Congratulations to you and the entire team. Let's go ahead and talk about it. And Mark says it here. Any news on Colin Hurley? Let's go ahead and just get the Colin, just because it's a heavy. It's very sad. But let's get it done. But whatever. So Colin Hurley, injured in an on-campus crash at 2:45 a.m., was found unresponsive. Here's the quote from the WBRZ unit. Sources tell the WBRZ investigative unit that Colin Hurley died charged to crash into a tree at South Quad Drive and Highland Road near Southgate to LSU's campus. Officials say he was unresponsive and breathing. When he was pulled from the car, he was in and out of consciousness with a large cut on his face. His family has released a statement, though, and here's a bit of good news amidst the bad. Quote, Colin would like to thank the first... Oh, and he's in stable condition. We now know for a fact he's in stable condition. He's good. Quote, Colin would like to thank the first responders, the incredible doctors and nurses at Our Lady of Lake Health, and the many Tiger fans for their care and compassion. Colin is resting and stable while more tests and care are being administered. We are confident Colin will make a full recovery from this terrible accident. So, obviously, when you see unresponsive, that's terrifying. It's every family's worst nightmare, especially because he's from Florida originally. We're out of state though, right?
Yeah. I think he's from up north.
Okay, but coming from out of state, so your kid, goes all the far away where you can't get to him right away, and then you get that call. It's terrifying. So thank God that he is in stable condition. But we will continue to pray for him, his family, and their mental and physical health as they make it through this. But thank God he is in stable condition. And as the family said, thank you to all the first responders, doctors, nurses, everybody helping to take care of him and everybody else here.
It is Florida. He is from Florida.
Okay. Yeah, I think like Orlando, I read.
Jacksonville.
Close enough. Same thing. Same thing, right? I don't know. It's probably what they would say about us. So, it feels the same to me. Except one has Disney. But shout out Colin. Glad that he's all right. All right. There's no great way to, transition in these situations. So we'll do it by going ahead and getting today's show started.
It's time to get to work, courtesy of Tiger Labor and Staffing, where they can help take care of screening, training, payroll, and more. Now, for starters.
Remember, Tiger Labor and Staffing, they're the local guys. The answer, if you need reliable local staffing solutions for warehouse, construction, manufacturing positions, and whether you need just temporary labor or long-term hire, here at Tiger Labor and Staffing, we've got you covered with skilled, dependable workers. So if you're doing no calls, no shows this morning, you're short-staffed, give Tiger Labor and Staffing a call today, and they will meet your workforce needs. So the Yeah, I agree. Close enough for T-Bob geography. Exactly. Thank you. See, Scott gets it. Exactly. I learned why the Midwest is the Midwest yesterday, even though it's in the Middle East. It's because I think we started calling it the Midwest, people were telling me, after the Louisiana Purchase. So for a time, it would have been the middle western portion of the country, even though now it's more akin to the Middle East. But that's not the lead story today. The lead story today, talking a little New Orleans Saints coaching search as it continues to develop, and we've got a couple of juicy nuggets here. First off, in a move that you don't see too often, but one that my initial reaction to was, I appreciate this. Cliff Kingsbury saying he's holding off on any coaching interviews until his playoff run is over. And he has more on his plate with the Detroit Lions coming up, and he doesn't need to be worried about doing interviews. And I love this. I wish more guys would do this. Now, I do have to recognize, Jake, that I think this is probably a bit of a function or result of the fact that he's already been a head coach. So this is not like if you're a Joe Brady, Aaron Glenn, whatever, this is your first opportunity, right? You may feel a lot of pressure to be like, okay, they say jump. I kind of have to say how high here because I'm finally getting a crack at this thing. Cliff does have a kind of been there, done that. Maybe that gives him a little more confidence to hold off here. But can you imagine if you were one of these coaches, and already coaches are notorious for being 24/7 grinders, just in game planning, you're preparing for the most important game of your life. Can you imagine also preparing for the most important interview of your life? The one that's trying to get you the job that you've trained for your entire adult career? I mean, it's crazy that we force him to do both of these things at the same time. So I really appreciate Kingsbury saying, nope, you know what? I'm going to wait. And I got a lot. We're going to focus on getting Jaden ready for the Lions, and then we'll see what happens. And then whenever it's over, then we can talk.
Yeah, I don't really understand, I guess, why there would be a rush to hire a coach in the NFL process, because I totally get it in college. Transfer portal window is like open around that time. You got to finish your recruiting class. You're already behind by the time you get a new job, no matter when you're hired because of the calendar. But for the NFL, there's nothing that you would miss.
True.
Your draft prep is still going to continue, right? If you get it done before, say, the Senior Bowl, which is coming up, I know coming up here in a couple of weeks, but still, like, you still have some time.
Yeah.
The draft's April 25th or something around that time, and so you still have time there. Free agency doesn't begin until March, and so the calendar allows you to kind of string it out a little bit more. Make sure you get the right guy because the process is going to be a little bit different. So, maybe if you have a coach that's coaching in the Super Bowl and you're missing the Senior Bowl, maybe I understand that a little bit because that is a big week. But outside of that, like if you're the New Orleans Saints, like you can wait a little bit. Like you have still 10 days or so really before, if you feel like you want your entire staff. Now, teams have gone into the Senior Bowl without a head coach before. They've sent their scouts and they've sent their GM and they've sent personnel. It has happened before.
You still have to do. I mean, you still do that for sure, right? I mean, especially if you have a GM that's going to be there. Now, the head coach can come in and change things up if the GM allows him to. But
I mean, the head coach, and
it's not like guess we got to skip it.
Yeah.
Guys,
and
nobody gets to work today.
You know how it is. Like in the NFL, like the head coach is, he's going to have a say in the draft, but it's those scouts. I mean, those scouts, the area scouts and the lead scouts get paid a pretty good amount of money to have their profile, and the GM turns to them oftentimes. Like very rarely do you see the head coach that's making the draft choice. Like that's why like the Sean McVay Puka Nacua video is so popular because like he stood on the table for that draft choice.
Yeah.
Like that one is actually, the outlier. It's not the norm.
Yeah. You got something that we could probably do a really deep dive on that is pretty fascinating is the relationship between head coach, GM, and owner, and who has power over which, and it can be fluid and different in different situations. I mean, obviously, like if you're in New Orleans, you are drafting whatever Mickey Loomis tells you to draft. Now, In the past, though, I do know that the Sean Payton trust was there to where Sean could make those decisions, even to the point of trading up and getting rid of a pick to get Tommy Stevens out of some sort of weird pissing match with the Carolina Panthers.
I know.
But so I'll again, the overall point of this is that timeline's fine. Nobody needs to rush. That's okay. Let Cliff Kingsbury coach the biggest game of his career up to this point as an OC and see if he can potentially make an NFC championship. Man, you chasing rings. And that's what you do this all for. You got a chance. You're in the final 8? Is that what we're looking at here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, 24 other teams already sent home, and there's going to be 4 more after this weekend. The coaching search can wait. For what it's worth, it is still believed that Joe Brady, Kellen Moore, and Darren Rizzi will probably be interviewed at some point this week.
I do always find it funny that Rizzi gets an interview, and I'm not saying he shouldn't get an interview, but it is funny. Like he's been your head coach for a couple months now.
Well, and that's why it has the feeling of being maybe not performative.
Throwing him a bone?
That may be a bit performative. A vestigial. Maybe that works.
Sure.
A vestigial organ is like something that has no use anymore, that you've evolved out of, right? I don't know. But the point is, if you're an interim guy and you don't get the job immediately after, you're not going to win the interview process. A lot of people would have to tell the New Orleans Saints no or go elsewhere for that to end up happening. Also, the Antonio Pierce year with the Raiders not helping any interim guys that are trying to get interim jobs. Raiders should have gone Pisaccia. They set back themselves and they set back interim coaches quite some time. All right, let's do this. I got some more nuggets on the coaching search. A dispute among what Aaron Glenn actually does or does not want. Keep it locked here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
Hey, guys, we are so excited to be partnered with Pelican Roofing. If you're in Lafayette or Baton Rouge and you need a roof, and I don't care if we're talking commercial or residential, you want to go to Pelican. And how's this for a process? Right there on the website, pelicanroof.com, they have an instant quote tool in which you put in your address, and it uses satellite imagery to look at your roof, and then you get to select what type of roof you need to replace with. You have options, right? And it spits out an instant quote right there on the site immediately. And then you start to work with Pelican. They have instant response time. They don't make you wait when it comes to calls, when it comes to getting the work done. Constant communication. Once the work begins, it is done and delivered very quickly with dedicated employees every single step along the way. Go to pelicanroof.com today.
Yeah, and look, we always talk about Lafayette and Baton Rouge. We want you to know that they have offices in both. They're not driving over from one to the other. They have offices right there in the community, ready to help. pelicanroof.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered.
Welcome back to the best morning sports show around. Sorta. It's Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. Hit the like button if you're watching online, youtube.com/1045 ESPN. Come hop in the Bobby Ford YouTube chat. Again, guys, we have an OTB LSU YouTube channel, OTB Saints YouTube channel. We have podcast feeds for both, and we have an overall show podcast feed. Basically, just search OTB, and you'll find something, you know. It feels like a lot to push people to. You know, like, it's good. I want everybody to have their silo of stuff that they want, but I don't know how to, like, efficiently get the word out there. You know, do we have, like, a link tree or something?
I think that was pretty efficient.
Do we have an OnlyFans? Do we have an OTB OnlyFans?
No, but honestly, we can start one and do, like, it doesn't have to be...
It doesn't have to be sexual.
No.
But it can be.
But it can be.
Hey,
see, Taylor, it's like Dennis says, it's all about the implication, right? That maybe
Who's Dennis?
You'll get some.
All I'm saying
abs.
is it's our page. We put whatever we want on it.
Always Sunny in
Dennis from
Philadelphia.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't know why Dennis Miller was the first name that popped into my brain.
Mine was Dennis.
This would have been a very highbrow, intelligent joke.
Yeah.
About the geopolitics of the Balkans.
Yeah.
I don't know that Dennis from Always Sunny can engage in the same level of
I used to love the
conversation.
Dennis Miller show on HBO back in the day.
I went Dennis the Menace, so you were more sophisticated than I was.
Dennis the Menace.
I was like, Dennis.
What was Mr. Wilson?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Wilson.
God,
good movie.
Oh, guys, I saw so the Barrett rankings are coming out soon.
How soon?
I don't know.
February?
Yeah, I think so. And you know, I'm a natural pessimist and imposter syndrome, and I think, you know, everything's always going to go badly. So I'm worried. Okay, I'm worried about that. I don't know. I'm worried about that, right?
Yeah.
And it sucks because I said this in chat yesterday, but I think this show is the best it's ever been with you two on it. So I won't agree with it. We'll see what happens. But it may be a ray of sunshine.
Maybe.
Because somebody from Barrett, who I like dearly, was texting me yesterday and talking about a segment that we did recently, like how funny it was and how much they liked it. So,
which one?
Then maybe they're doing a little, you know, they might be doing a little research.
Well,
getting ready for
everybody on their best behavior. It's like
for
when the
tighten
principal. It's like when the principal sits in on your class. Like, okay, everybody, everybody
Everybody tighten up.
relax.
Let me find.
Is that why you've been wearing sweaters lately, looking real nice and
No.
dapper?
I bought these were
They
my
look good.
No, I'm saying my big Christmas gifts to myself. I saw this
Wait,
guy.
what?
I saw this
Christmas
guy
gifts to
in
myself.
church at the beginning of December, and he had on this perfect outfit with a collared shirt underneath his red wholesome Cosby sweater, Great pants, great shoes, great belt. I still don't have the whole thing
that's
down.
Not Bill Cosby anymore.
But I saw, yeah, I know.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Okay, the Judge Reinhold in the Santa Claus. His sweater game's undefeated.
Never seen Santa.
It is.
But I saw him, and I leaned over, and I felt like a slob, and I leaned over, and I was like, God, I need some sweaters like that. So I bought 2 of them. So I'm just trying to wear them while it's cold, dude.
Oh, it looks great.
We only got a little bit longer before. It's just it's not going to play anymore.
Jake, you've never seen Santa Claus?
No, I've never seen it. I wear this in August.
Okay,
So,
and to be fair, guys,
it's freezing in here.
They like the off-the-wall stuff because, and I'm going to censor this slightly since 7:24, but the text was, my pin 15 doesn't work because of Mickey Loomis is some of your finest work. so I don't know what that means.
By pin 15. Well done,
for the
well
rankings,
done.
but they're listening a bit.
Okay.
So if you're listening, Bear, we love you. Please.
We love you.
Please.
Also,
give us like 8,
we got a new
7,
great addition
if you
to
wanna
the
stay at
show
9,
since
stay at
last
9,
year.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Just don't go down, dude. Just don't go down.
I think we were the only show in Louisiana that was ranked last year on any
Let's go.
morning or afternoon, I think.
Let's go.
Eric Ingram, are we just going to ignore that Hester said I've never seen the Santa Claus?
No, because it's not a good movie anyway, so it doesn't matter.
So it's not one of my favorites. I loved it growing up. I don't know why I moved away. It's pretty good when I saw it last time, actually.
But think about it. Is it that shocking that I've never seen it?
I thought the age.
You've seen a lot of like the well-known. Like
I thought
the
age
classic.
would have lined up with you too.
Yeah.
Like it's more of an R age.
That's kind of.
It's more of an R age
right,
movie.
but as someone whose favorite Christmas movie is Die Hard, like, you know what I'm saying? Like it.
Yeah, but I thought maybe. But you love Tim Allen. Who doesn't love Tim Allen?
I mean, Home Improvement was great. Yeah. I'm not against
Everybody
it.
loves
I just
Tim
haven't
Allen.
seen it.
I think it's very good.
Okay.
I think it's very good. We'll
Next
see.
year.
Also, guys, we are officially getting ready to do battle with Murphy, Sam, and Jody. Taylor and the team is hard at work putting together our montage video to send to other states. So how it works is another state watches it, and then they watch all these videos everybody sends, and they choose the winner. I vote that we go off script, and in our video, it starts normal montage, and then it cuts to us just sitting here, and we're like, hey, a-hole. I know you're going to vote Murphy Sam. How about
I like
you don't?
that idea.
How about you don't just once?
Yeah.
Okay? How about you vote for us? Vote for off the bench and see what happens. Maybe not.
I don't hate that idea.
Yeah, let's go.
Sometimes off the wall works.
I have been saying this, like Anchorman style, like had the news crews get in the circle and they got to fight it out. We can do that at the LABs.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I mean, we probably do have one of the more physically imposing.
That's what I'm saying.
Sure.
I wouldn't put any other 4 against us.
Clayton, are we back to talking about Christmas movies again after a month and a half of it? Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me with a good time.
Please don't, because I'm so over it.
All right, let's.
Weren't we supposed to fight like Cole Cube? Like you were supposed to fight Cole. You were supposed to fight Greg, and I was gonna fight one of the audio producer, and then Tay was gonna fight.
You can fight Damien.
Yeah, I'll fight Damien.
Is Damien still there?
I don't know, but the name Damien sounds like a very beatable opponent.
Yeah,
unless you're talking about Jake the Snake, Robert Snake, Damien.
Maybe, I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
The name doesn't do it for me.
Yeah.
All right, let's then go ahead and wrap up some of the other Saints coaching news nuggets, because if you remember yesterday, a lot of reports coming out that Aaron Glenn saying that the Jets are his number one choice, kind of with a bullet, right? Being pretty emphatic, the New York Post was, that if offered the Jets job, he'd take it immediately, that he'd want it over the New Orleans Saints, over anybody else. For what it's worth, Nick Underhill, New Orleans Football, refuted this. He said he talked to close sources close to the situation, and that they did not just deny this, but, quote, vehemently denied it. So they were emphatic in their denial, saying that, no, that's BS. And who knows? I'm just giving you I don't want to say facts, because who knows what's true or not. I'm giving you the elements of the story that are coming to light as they come to light. So maybe Aaron Glenn really does prefer the Jets. Maybe it's more internally. Maybe the gap is closer than we think. Maybe he wants to go wherever he'll get a head coaching job offered to him. Maybe for New Orleans, I just know that there are conflicting reports about his number one with a bullet desire for to be the New York Jets head coach. Here's something interesting as well, Jay.
And I do think you need somebody, T, on that point that really wants to be here.
Yeah,
because it ain't going to be easy.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to get somebody that's, like, fully bought in to what it's going to be. And, you know, maybe that is someone who has been here before, has an affinity for the franchise. You know, Mike McCarthy being here, was it 4 seasons as the offensive coordinator? Joe Brady being here, and obviously starting in New Orleans and then coming to LSU, and maybe he's got, you know, a love for the area or something like it's going to take, in my opinion, something like that. I don't think, as much as I want Aaron Glenn to be here, I just don't know if you want somebody that would want to be somewhere else more.
I agree. Now, it also does work, though, if you have someone who just, like, you think about a Sean Payton, right? Sean Payton was just desperate to prove that he could be a great head coach. Just absolutely desperate to show the world that. And I do get that feeling from Aaron Glenn. And I like the fact that he was such a key part of the ultimate turnaround in Detroit when you're talking about creating a turnaround here.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, pros and cons, the Jets have better pieces. He did play for the Jets, so he's very aware with the setting. But maybe that's a wash since he coached here so long. I think a con for New York would be the ownership, very insane, very unstable. Whereas, even if you don't love Mickey Loomis, you know he's not going anywhere. Like, you know, like you will get a lot of rope here in New Orleans that New York will most likely not be willing to give. So we'll see what ends up happening. One other interesting note on Mike McCarthy, still nothing officially scheduled, which is a bit surprising, just given the timeline of how these things work out. As for what it's worth, Underhill saying that he thought that at the beginning of this process that McCarthy was the candidate. He has now downgraded that to a candidate.
Right.
So maybe not the kind of favorite in the doghouse like many people were whispering behind the scenes. And then Clint Kubiak is getting a second interview for OC in Seattle. So normally second interview means you're getting hired. So
he did have one with Cleveland, correct?
I believe
I know Tommy
so.
Reese got that job.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Tommy Reese.
He got elevated from tight ends coach to offensive coordinator.
Yeah, good for Tommy Reese, man. I mean, you get jumped up immediately at Notre Dame, then Alabama. Alabama kind of goes awry, but then you're still so impressive that you go from, what was he last year, quarterback or analyst coach?
I thought it was tight ends in Cleveland.
Ooh, Tommy, yeah, he was tight ends coach.
Even wilder. So you go from tight ends to an NFL OC? Like, Reese must have the goods. You can see maybe now why Kelly valued him so much.
Well, there was talks that people were like, hey, could Kelly bring him back here as a tight ends coach? But was it yesterday they elevated him? Day before?
Yesterday,
like
2 days ago? Yeah, something like that.
So Tom Reese there, but Clint Kubiak getting the second interview, he's probably going to be the OC in Seattle. And it just sucks because I really wonder what could have been. I do feel like Clint got a lot of production out of very little. I mean, squeezed blood from the stones this year, and they couldn't even get the luck of staying somewhat healthy. So I'll be watching his career with great interest. But whatever. It's not like it is what it is. When you fire the head coach, you have to gird your loins for these sort of stories to happen because the staff's going to be completely remade top to bottom anyway. So that's the latest on the Saints coaching search. I don't really have, I mean, for my personal wish list, it's probably still Aaron Glenn. I probably went Mike McCarthy maybe right behind him after talking to Flynn and some perspective and really it's kind of trying to accomplish different things. Like you said, Jake, you want stability. You try to go with the more safe option. You go with the kind of try to hit the home run. And then I'd still probably have Joe Brady third on that list.
Those three guys would be the front runners for me, and maybe the order changes from day to day. I mean, you're right. After talking with Flynn, I'm like, okay, let's get Mike McCarthy in here. And I started out like you, I'm like Aaron Glenn. I think those three guys, actually, any of the three, if they got hired, I'd be okay.
Yeah.
And I think it would be a solid hire, at least from what we know going into it. So if those three guys are still in it, that's a good sign. I guess Mike Vrabel's the only one that, correct me if I'm wrong, the only one that has accepted a new job, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right, so everybody's kind of still available, so it's not like, people are getting snatched away from you. And I know you still got some coaches in the playoffs, Ben Johnson, Cliff Kingsbury, and others, Aaron Glenn. obviously Joe Brady, so the ones we're talking about. And actually, I think the more that you go down the road and you don't have a head coach, actually Mike McCarthy might be kind of getting farther away from the job. Like if you continue on, it's like almost like you're waiting for somebody.
That's what I'm saying. Why is he not an interview on the books yet for McCarthy? Because he doesn't have anything holding him up right now. A bit surprising. Who is Ben Johnson talking to?
I know Tom Brady convinced him to talk to the Raiders. He said no initially, and then apparently Tom Brady reached out to him and kind of sold him on some of the vision.
On Aiden O'Connell?
I guess so. Gardner Minshew, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, look, Tom calls. Yeah, you pick up. You pick up, and you say, yes, sir. Oh, I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
Bears, too.
Can we get a beer, maybe?
Bears have been in on him.
Should we rank the jobs?
Yeah, let's do it next. Here on Off the Bench.
Get a pin out.
Off the
Get your
bench.
felt pin out right now. Go to All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge. All-Star Toyota, BatonRouge.com. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. Look, the 24's got to go because 2025 is here. So go check out some of the incredible deals we got going on right now. And that's on everything from Tundras to Camrys to Corollas, 4Runners, Highlander, whatever you need. It's all there. Join me in the minivan gang. Get yourself a little Toyota Sienna, man. You go to allstartoyotabatonrouge.com. You got to start your search either by keyword, make and model, budget, whatever you need. You can look at the inventory they got right there. Remember, you can always order a custom vehicle from All-Star Toyota Express as well. Bottom line, if you need a vehicle, you need All-Star. They're going to guide you and your family to the exact answer that'll fulfill what you're looking for. So head over and see them off of Airline in Goodwood today. They're very conveniently located. You can test drive whatever you want. Go to All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
At Atmos Energy, our Smart Choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Got chores that need some extra muscle, but a large piece of equipment is overkill? That's what John Deere compact utility tractors were made for.
Sound, yeah, Estelle, we about to get down. Who the hottest in the world right now? Just touched down in London town. Bet they give me a pound.
Welcome back to the 9th-ranked morning sports show in America. Off the bench.
Shout out to Nookie, who put this on my radar. I missed this yesterday. It looks like it broke last night. But the Department of Education says Title IX applies to revenue sharing. Let me process this in commercial breaks and really get into this, but this is an answer that I've talked to people for months now wondering, like, what's going to happen, and nobody knew. So it feels like the Department of Education finally weighing in. I'll try to react to instantly what I believe that it means, but for now, let's go ahead and do what we teased, and let's rank the available NFL head coaching jobs now that the Patriots are off the board after hiring Mike Vrabel. Jake, what do you have all of our do you have all the candidates here?
Yeah, so I'm getting them down right now. And all right, so Patriots is filled, like you said. So we got Jets, we've got the Jags, we've got the Raiders, we've got the Cowboys, we've got the Bears, we've got the Saints, and I believe that will be all of them.
Are the Bears the best job?
No.
Cowboys?
I think the Jaguars are the best job.
Okay, well, do explain, Tay.
Because, look, Trevor Lawrence has not been good the last 2 years. No. I get that. We have seen flashes. Can he thrive under the right coach? They also have a ton of weapons around him. I mean, they got a young defense. You got Gabe Davis, Christian Kirk, and Brian Thomas Jr. If those three can stay healthy, you got two young running backs and Travis Etienne and Tank Bigsby. Like, you got a lot of young pieces in Jacksonville. It's not just Lawrence.
All right, so anytime I have this conversation.
Oh, you have all that in Chicago as well, but with a better defense?
Well, you also have a really winnable division in Jacksonville as well.
Oh, that's true. AFC South, true.
So you got, okay, so for the open jobs, your quarterbacks would be Trevor Lawrence, Raiders probably drafted quarterback, Dak Prescott, Caleb Williams, Saints, I guess Derek Carr, and then the Jets, maybe Aaron Rodgers, maybe. So when you're looking at who you know the quarterback is going to be, the Jags, the Cowboys, and the Bears.
Well, and actually the Raiders are probably pretty. What are the Raiders picking?
They're picking high. I mean, it's like
they second or third. I'm saying how high?
For sure, it's
like 5 or 6.
No, it's top. It's top.
Is it top 5?
Yeah.
So all I'm saying there is, I think that's actually attractive for a head coach because then they maybe get to come in and choose a guy. Now it's not. I mean, it's really just according to NFL scouts, it's really kind of Cam Ward, Shooter Sanders, and everybody else. So maybe then that's not as attractive as it would be in some years.
6.
But
they finished with 6. That sucks.
That sucks. Never mind. That's not. Yeah, that's kind of a no man's.
They were 4-13, and so them and the Patriots had the same record.
And the Jags, all three of them were 4-13, but I guess Raiders got them head to head.
Anyway, okay, never mind then. 6 is not actually going to be that attractive thing because the resources you'd have to get up would be massive. So I mean, Dak Prescott's actually the best quarterback of that bunch, without a doubt, right?
Yeah, consistency was.
I mean, what are we talking about?
You're thinking maybe the ceiling of Caleb Williams, maybe, but right now, I think Dak Prescott is the best of the bunch.
And you're talking about a Cowboys team that, sure, last year was bad, but for the 3 years previous, you were the winningest regular season team, so you still should have some vestiges of talent left there. Yeah, you got to deal with Jerry Jones, whatever, but also you're the coach of the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Like, that comes with a lot of cachet. For whatever that's worth to you. I mean, does that mean that is Dallas actually the most attractive job?
I think it's top 2 or 3 for
if
sure.
Definitely top 2 because Dak and Parsons alone probably makes that job a top 2 job.
You have CD locked up long term.
Yeah. If I was a candidate and I was looking, I think the Cowboys and the Bears. Would probably be in some order 1-2 for me.
Well, do we care about trying to rank them 1-2 here?
I'll go Bears 1, Cowboys 2, Jags 3, Saints 4, Jets 5, Raiders 6.
Yeah, I like that. I think I agree. So the Saints, not maybe not the tip top, but not as bad.
Kind of in the middle.
As some of the
We're
others
not
here.
that drunk.
Yeah, exactly. Well, kind of. I mean, we do have 50% of the cap tied up into 5 players that really would not have much of a market for them.
We're not full blackout.
On the open market right now.
I do think you still have a better roster, though. I mean, the Raiders roster's horrid.
But do they have I guess it doesn't matter if they have a ton of cap space and whatnot, because what are you going to be able to do with it? And no team ever built fully through free agency ever thrives.
No.
Because free agency always jacks up the price on people, and it gets hard to fill out what you actually need. You have to draft more consistently.
I mean, you look at the teams that...
Wait until you hear Tay-Tay's NFL story of the day.
You think of the teams
the Raiders today.
that right now that are the best teams, a lot of their team was built through the draft, and they added pieces, a couple here and there through free agency. They didn't build their team like the Ravens. You add Derrick Henry, changes your team, but you're mostly built through the draft. The Bills, kind of the same situation. You're mostly built through the draft, and you'll add a piece here, a piece there. Even Kansas City. Kansas City does a really nice job of drafting their players, and they'll add a piece here or there. So you're right. It's not an Eagles, same situation. A lot of it's been through the draft. Let's add Saquon Barkley. So I don't really think there's a team right now that you could say was built through free agency that is better than the teams that were built through the draft and then also supplementing their roster with free agency.
Mickey, please don't trade up. Come on now. Use all the picks that you're allotted.
Yeah. Maybe the Lions. Maybe the Lions are like the one because they got Goff through a trade. They got David Montgomery, obviously, from another team.
Yeah, but they draft Penei Sewell. They draft Hutchinson. They draft Jahmyr Gibbs.
And St. Brown, yeah. So I tried to find one. I don't think there is one.
No, you build. It's not like college where with no cap and way more players to choose from, you really can upgrade basically in the portal at every position if you go all in on it. It just doesn't work that there's less spots available, less players available, and you're always going to overpay slightly when it comes to getting a big free agent. All right, so there it is. One more time, Jake. Give the people the rankings of the open jobs that stands today.
All right, we're going to go Bears, Cowboys, Jags, Saints, Jets, Raiders.
All right. Not the worst. That's what my old man said in conditioning. Look, you don't have to win the sprint. You just can't be last. Okay? Just don't be last. More.
If you won them, you're probably going to tire out.
Yeah. More. OTB coming up next.
Off the bench.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Got chores that need some extra muscle, but a large piece of equipment is overkill? That's what John Deere compact utility tractors were made for. Powerful enough for the work you need to do. Compact enough for how you need to do it. Find the equipment that's right for you at Sunshine Quality Solutions. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine.
Back to sports talk. Maybe. Off the bench.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back. So here on 104.5 ESPN, we have launched LouisianaSports.net, a brand new website with all of your Louisiana sports right there in one spot. You go just sign up for the newsletter or just go check it out. Keep updated with LSU, coach search, everything else. Hunt Palmer runs all the LSU content right now, and Hunt's been doing a Hunt Palmer Portal Player Profile series. We've been breaking down here on OTB, so we continue today with a Palmer Portal Player Profile on Pyburn, as Jack Pyburn, the defensive end from Florida, is up. So Pyburn is 6'3", 265. He was a 3-star recruit coming out of high school. Originally committed to Minnesota, but he had a very good senior year, started to gain some momentum, ends up at Florida. He did not play in 2022. He was reserve in 23, and then last year he became a starter, but a starter with a very clear and defined role, which is you are there to stop the run. First down, second down, and then maybe an obvious passing down we take you out for a more adept pass rusher. But his role was very clear with last year's Florida. He ends up with 60 tackles, 20 solos, 4 tackles, 1 sack, 1 pick. PFF graded him over 60 against the run in every single game, over 75 3 different times. And then his pass rush is lower than that because it's not a specialty. For what it's worth, Hunt does point out that he had 6 tackling grades over 76, which is superb when you look at those gradings. What I like about this, Jake, we talk about this offensively a lot with the tight ends, right? You need your pass catchers, but you want your yackles as well. Yeah. This is almost the yackle equivalent of a defensive end where, again, like I said, first down, second down, you need somebody who's going to be strong at the point of attack, be able to hold the edge, force things back inside, blow up counters, all that sort of stuff. Jack Pyburn is a very good candidate to do so.
Yeah, you kind of had that last year. I mean, Swinson was kind of your edge rusher that was going to get after the quarterback, and Savion Jones was somebody that he could get after the quarterback, but he was there to set the edge. He was there to send everything back inside, because you need that. That's what, and this was what this defense kind of is. So I like the fact that you went and got a Patrick Payton, somebody that he's going to be the Swinson, and Now you've got somebody that's going to be a Savion Jones type. I think that worked really well for you a year ago. And, yeah, I know he wants to be on the field for more third downs. Well, he'll have the chance to prove that. He'll have the opportunity.
Yes.
But at least you know he can do what Savion Jones did. And I'm not even saying he's the player Savion Jones, because I think Savion Jones was pretty underrated here at LSU, but just kind of that body type and kind of getting things that he got done on the field. And so we'll see, man. He's a player that certainly has flashed at times. I think he's looking for more consistency through playing time.
Yeah.
And so he will get that opportunity. He also played some fullback for Florida. Don't let that be lost in this conversation.
Okay.
Do not let that get lost in this conversation, okay?
A Florida fullback. How times have changed.
One of my good friends, Billy Lasco, was a Florida fullback, and he was in San Diego with me. So, I can open.
Oh, man, I bet you used to mess with him.
Oh, my God. But I can open the doors to a Florida Gator. Look, Chris Doring.
Yeah,
because
true.
you know what? We beat
brother.
y'all so bad, it doesn't really matter.
God, I can't believe we lost Florida this year. Ugh, disgusting. Yeah, so this is a weird spot where it's like I would almost guarantee that Pyburn's a starter, but I don't know if he'll be the starting pass rusher.
Right.
I think he'll definitely start first, second down, like I said, to set the edge, but it's going to be, you mentioned Patrick Payton, there's some Butlers, Relaford, Carpenter, Damian Shanklin. Like, you're going to throw a lot of guys against the wall, and hey, whoever can do the best thing in football and get after the pass, you're going to be playing on third down. So let the chips fall. Also should be noted, Pyburn does have a psycho white boy look.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Which I enjoy.
Yeah, and
now,
wears 44.
with 3 weeks, brothers, and him, I don't want to go too far. Maybe we're overdoing with the psycho white boys, but I do love his look.
Yeah.
All right. That's hour 1 of Off the Bench. Coming up in hour 2, we'll get into this Title IX decision as well as a bold vision for college football.
Off the Bench.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Baton Rouge, and you can vote now for Rufino's Best Wine Selection, Best Date Night Spot, and Best Italian Restaurant. We're also happy to have Delaron Hall nominated for Best Catering and Best Event Venue. Vote now in the Advocates Best of Baton Rouge through January 24th. Visit votebatonrouge.com, votebatonrouge.com. And thanks for making Rufino's the place where Louisiana comes to celebrate life.
Why do billion-dollar insurance companies regularly delay and deny valid claims? Because that's how they got to be billion-dollar insurance companies. If you've been injured, I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7969.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21 12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. here on Friday, January 17th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect cloudy skies with a high of 66. In hour 2 of today's show, we'll talk about Joel Klatt's new vision for college football and revenue sharing and how that is impacted from the Joe Biden administration. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let's go, baby, let's go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yo, what up, y'all? Welcome back to Off the Bench, hour number 2. Hope everybody's having a great day today. Cranking up here on 104.5 ESPN, WBTR, Channel 19, 94.7 Alexandria. Maybe you listen in the future, 3 to 5 in Shreveport. What's up? I hope everybody's having a great day. We're just, sorry, I'm very distracted. Emmanuel Acho's on the screen right now, and I had a million jokes running through my head. Running through my head, other things. So, by the way, guys, Girl Scout cookies cranking up right now, meaning that everybody's office will be inundated with competing parents trying to sell you their daughter's cookies. What I care about here, though, is I want to know y'all's favorite Girl Scout cookie.
The Samoas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're great.
I forgot their name for a second, but they're the best.
Yeah, what is that? Is that a nougat? What's the chewy part of a Samoa? And I believe it's like chocolate and caramel.
And coconut.
And coconut, yeah, of course. It's my favorite as well, Alondra.
Yeah.
So bonus points to you for being right.
Yeah.
Objectively correct. That's very good.
Those are the ones I'll be buying from Alice.
Do you put them in the fridge or the freezer?
No, but now I'm going to.
Very good. Very good. I'm more of a fridge guy.
Yeah.
Because a freezer can get a bit like crack texture. Like not like crack, but like it
Nobody
cracks.
thought that. Yeah.
But yeah, when you put them in the fridge, you get that wonderful kind of chewy texture.
I do that with peanut M&Ms. So
hell yeah, I do.
Wait, so I don't know if this is like Mandela effect on myself or whatever, but they used to have, I don't think they have them anymore because I always look for them. They
don't call them Samoas anymore. Oh, sorry.
No.
Caramel Delight or something?
Yeah, I think, but like they had like a regular just cookie, but then the bottom had chocolate on it. But they don't have those anymore.
I'm not sure.
But maybe a Mandela effect.
I'm not sure. I have two. I have two kinds that I love. Let's see if somebody else in this room could be correct like Alondra was.
Okay.
Taylor, what's your favorite?
I like the just the peanut butter patty ones. The chocolate, it's covered in chocolate all around.
Yeah. Tagalong, right?
No, tagalongs are a little bit different. I don't know. Maybe they're tagalongs. I don't know.
Peanut butter patties are the ones that are covered. Yeah.
Okay, peanut butter patties.
Peanut butter patty?
It's the peanut butter that's literally covered in chocolate.
Is that not so? What's a tagalong?
That might have been the name
Does a
of it.
tag-along have cookie, peanut butter, and chocolate? Are you telling me it's just peanut butter surrounded by chocolate?
It is tag-along. That is a tag-along.
Okay, peanut butter patty, and congratulations, Taylor, as well. You two are correct. Look at that, guys. Both of y'all right about what are good Girl Scout cookies. Jake, what about you? You probably like a lemon cookie or something stupid.
Why would you think that?
I can feel something off kilter bubbling in your guts, and it's
Really?
gonna make me angry.
Anything peanut butter.
Okay, never mind.
Literally anything because
Chocolate peanut butter is the greatest combination in the world.
Yes, and then look, a little bit basic. I love a Thin Mint.
I knew. There's always a Thin Mint person. There has to be. My entire family, I'm surrounded by Thin Mint normies. Not for me.
Okay, I just looked it up. I wasn't
Normies.
Gaslighting myself. They were called Thanks a Lot, and they don't do them anymore though.
Okay, so these were it's a cookie that
They're
doesn't
real.
exist
Yeah,
anymore,
but-
discontinued.
Yeah, and they were one of my favorites too.
Well, thanks a lot.
All my
for such
favorite
useless
stuff gets
information.
discontinued. It's not useless. I'm giving you the history of Girl Scout cookies.
What do you mean? Your favorite president's about to get back in office. What are you talking
He got
about?
discontinued back in 2020 though. Favorite eyeliner? Gone.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's brutal.
I know.
I can't relate, but I imagine that's pretty
It's
brutal.
brutal.
It's always
Derek Carr
depressing
could.
when you love
Yeah.
something, True.
Yeah.
It is always depressing, and it's a sign of getting older when you love something and you think, oh, this is going to be around forever, and then suddenly it's just not.
Yeah. it
And you can't
sucks.
get it anymore. It's like Agrax Earthshade.
Totally.
An old oil, or not oil paint, but an old wash. It was a wash that you use kind of deep in the shadows in your miniatures. And I don't think they sell Agrax Earthshade anymore. I still have some, thankfully, but, you know. I've just never been a mint guy, Jake. I don't know why.
But I love mint like in a lot of things.
That's what I'm saying. I don't like mint ice cream.
Yeah, I love like
mint chocolate chip. No.
Jackson's favorite's mint chocolate chip.
I know. It's my whole family.
Yeah. I love a York peppermint patty.
Mm.
Oh.
No, dude.
Maybe my
What?
favorite. Love it.
Damn. That's crazy. Taste buds are weird.
They are very weird. They are very weird. I agree with that.
All right, so there you go. Alondra and Taylor have good opinions. Jake has a bad one. You know, we can't always win, guys. But
I did say peanut butter patties were my favorite.
that is true. That is true. So you have a mixture of opinion. You have a little bit of good and bad.
Yeah,
in
my
there.
secondary was Thin Mint, which you didn't like that answer.
No. But again,
What's your first one?
I go Samoas.
So what is that? I know what it is. Like I could see it, but what's that?
It's got like a donut shape.
Right. Yeah. No, I know what it looks like.
No,
with
I don't know.
Chocolate drizzle.
I think it would be
Roasted coconut, caramel, and like a
hell
chocolate
no.
drizzle, right?
But
I
what
think.
is
Coconut?
the actual core of it? It's like a nougat, I feel like. It's got like a chewy, soft texture, like when you bite into like a Snickers. Like, you know how the core, isn't the core of a Snickers a nougat? I don't know what a nougat is.
Yes.
The more I say the word, the more offensive it kind of feels. Like,
Yeah.
it just like, I don't know. I don't know what a nougat is, okay? I just think that's maybe what a Samoa is made of.
What is a Samoa made of?
I mean,
I will
think-
say this, though. I'll eat a Thin Mint in a pinch.
They're
I'm not like
shortbread
not
cookies.
going to eat it.
Yeah,
They're
they remind me of like fancy fudge stripe cookies. You know, the little Keebler fudge stripe cookies.
What were you saying, Alondra?
They're shortbread cookies.
Okay, so it's shortbread. Okay.
Shortbread, caramel, toasted coconut, and chocolate.
See, Jake, bread made for you.
Is shortbread?
Wait, I actually really like this question.
Oh,
how about Clyde calling you tall yesterday?
I know.
I loved it, dude. I was like,
I was looking
know.
around. I was
think
like,
Jake
did
gets that
T-Bob
from-
hear it? Where's he at? There was a picture. So Jock took a picture with me, Clyde, and Kevin Falk, and I was by far the tallest person in the picture. I was
crazy.
like,
Yeah, dude.
okay, all right. The air's pretty clean up here.
And Clyde literally referenced it when he took to the podium because he had to adjust the mic down, talking about how tall Jake was.
He did.
I was like, wow, look at that, dude. Okay.
Just letting y'all know.
Hell yeah.
I wanted to like so badly race all three of y'all just as like a video.
Oh, me, Clyde, and Falk?
Kevin, yeah, and I wanted to like race all y'all knowing I was gonna lose, but y'all all had like jeans on.
It would not.
I would
don't-
say that would have gone Clyde, me, Kev, you.
Then me, yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
think
would
you
have
beaten
been.
Kev. That's a
think so.
take.
Hey, I feel like I could maybe beat Kevin Falk.
No, absolutely not.
What?
I'm sorry.
Take
no.
a lap.
Yeah,
No.
Shut off your
Yeah,
mic for the rest of this segment.
Yeah.
Get the hell out
Well,
of here.
I mean, so I did run a faster 40 than Clyde, by the way. Let's get that out there at the combine.
I'm not saying
But
I'm not saying
he's still
but
playing.
he still plays in the NFL.
He still
just
plays
played
in the NFL. Yeah, he would beat me.
Also, K-Feezy, I mean, you ain't going to ever get someone my age thinking that anybody's going to beat K-Feezy.
I mean, he was my
I'll give
guy,
it to
too.
Clyde because he's a current NFL player. But
No, but like
That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
Jake's
I played
strategy there.
sooner than Kevin did. Clyde certainly plays sooner
no,
than I did.
I know. But Feezy looks good.
No, it makes sense.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
to Jake's like betting strategy of order of finish, youngest to oldest.
Yeah,
Clyde,
true.
then him, then Kevin. I mean, it makes sense.
I think Jake and Kevin would be a very good race.
That's the match to watch.
We,
yeah.
we ran the same exact 40 at the combine.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
that's
Okay,
Bill's
so your
Ravens.
youth
Let
would
me-
give you an advantage there then.
Let me get something off my chest a little
Uh-oh,
bit.
here goes.
Okay.
Slow white guy wanted to try to gaslight us and saying he's fast.
Why did I get tagged that?
What, slow white guy?
Yeah.
Because that Louisiana.
Because I
Tech
ran
run.
faster than
fridge on your
I
back.
ran faster than Clyde.
You talking about like when you were playing? Why'd you get labeled that?
Just in general. No,
Oh, I know
not,
the-
not really playing. I mean, I didn't really hear it as much playing. It's more from T-Bob post playing. But the same 40 as Kevin Falk and faster than Clyde. Why do we think that is?
Is it a lateral quickness thing?
No, because I had the second fastest three-cone drill at the combine.
Huh?
I know exactly what it is. Not only are
Faster
you
than Chris Johnson.
not only
Because you're white.
well,
it's because you're a
not
little
only-
taller, so your legs aren't moving as fast.
Not only
Yeah.
not only are you white, you started at fullback at LSU, right? And you
That's
converted
fair.
to running back.
Yeah, oh,
so I
for
guess
sure.
everybody had fullback in their mind, and then you went back to fullback in the NFL. I mean, that's just a guess.
No,
That's got to be it.
It is fair. It is fair.
I
The
mean,
fullback stuff probably does
Yeah, I think it
change the
does.
math a little bit.
Also, Kevin Falk is one of the most dynamic
I know all of that.
playmakers in LSU and NFL history, potentially.
But that doesn't change the time.
That does not change the times. This is true.
But
This is true.
Your style of play too. Maybe like the T-Bub's
So you
point. Maybe that.
you really outran the Falk and Clyde's 40
We
times?
were the same. Me and Kev were the same.
What
and
was it?
then, 4.59.
Damn. Okay. Work out. Good on you breaking the 4.6 barrier, you know?
Hell
Because you
yeah.
can always claim 4.5 now.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
No, true. You can.
No,
You got
can't,
round up
dude.
after 5.
We did it in high school all the time.
5 and
you
above.
can.
So
round up.
you want me to tell you a secret about the combine too that a lot of people don't know, and they think like what they see on the NFL Network and that's like official and that's what everybody goes with. That is completely false.
Really?
Every team has one guy that they trust.
Yeah, it's so weird to me.
They don't care what the NFL Network said. They don't. They have a guy that they trust more than anybody with their clock, and they put him at the finish line on the 40-yard line, and you'll see him go all the way up the stands, and each team goes off that clock.
Oh, so you could
Now,
have
and it
three
can
different
be-
times for three different
and
teams.
it
So like
can
you could have
be
been like 4, 5,
completely
7
different.
all the way to like
no,
4,
I
6.
was. I was like a 4, 5, 6 with the Seahawks.
Okay.
I was like a 4,
Hell
5,
yeah.
7 with the Chargers.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like with, I think it was the Eagles, I was like a 4, 6, 2.
Yeah.
They had Dom timing you.
So, so everybody's,
He was eating a cannoli.
and that's
Little
what
slow
they
to hit
go
the
off
button.
of. So,
Yeah, so Ricky Compton was there yesterday, and he said he heard me laugh when Clyde said the tall thing.
oh, you laughed like out loud?
Yeah.
I did too.
Yeah.
I laughed out loud too.
Mm-hmm.
And when he said
Ricky was standing right in front
when
of
he
me.
said shout out to my wife, I have to or something.
Oh my
And
gosh,
you got it back.
Clyde.
You had a very good MC joke. You got it back. So Clyde said, shout out to my wife. I have to say that I'm newlywed. And Jake told him, look, you did so good,
Yeah.
but you didn't have to add the I have to or the
Yeah.
newlywed part. You
No.
just say shout out my
Shout out
wonderful
my
life,
wife.
and you let sleeping
I
dogs
know,
lie.
because I was sitting there like, dang, now everybody that didn't shout out their wife's gonna, they're gonna catch some side eye here.
Yep.
But then he ruined it.
Yeah.
Then he ruined it. The moral of the story is though, Alondra, yeah, you would not beat Kevin Falk in a race.
No, hell no.
I'll
Get
be
outta
all
here.
3 of y'all.
Take a lap.
Even Clyde.
Damn, I had to. Oh, okay. Let's get
Did
to
you
a
beat
couple
T-Bob
of.
in a race?
Oh, 100% I'm beating T-Bob in
No.
a race.
No chance.
What?
I'm picking T-Bob. T-Bob's got a lot longer
We can
stride.
go. We can go race.
Y'all are
We can go
Okay.
race right
whatever.
now. You got to remember. Now you want to say
No,
like
whatever.
you'll
no.
outdistance me, sure, but we dwarves are natural sprinters.
Well, you
We're
got
wasted
long
on
legs
cross
too.
country.
I
Like-
have long legs too.
yeah, but T-Bob's 6'4".
Look,
That's fine.
it
Y'all
does-
can
it doesn't-
continue
it's
to
not-
doubt
I don't
me.
care about the length of my stride. It's a power thing when it comes to a sprint.
Yeah.
Okay, let's race.
And I got hella power in my legs.
Okay, good. Let's race. Let's race. I will race. That's fine. I'm confident.
Frank wants to know, is this a sports show or what? Not or what, or what?
Well,
Frank,
we're talking 40
we're
times.
talking 40 times,
bro.
We're talking three former,
relax,
actually
dude.
2 former and 1 current NFL player. That's sports. What else would that be?
Hey, Frank, about to really trigger you because rest in peace to David Lynch. We got a couple RIPs to get to, but David Lynch passing yesterday, it's led to the internet being inundated with great David Lynch content, be it TV shows, movies, whatever. It's made me really want to do a full Twin Peaks rewatch because back fresh out of college, I watched all of Twin Peaks, but I never finished it, and then I never watched the new season when they released it, and I remember absolutely loving it at the time. I'm just a bit intimidated by the lift because it is from an era of old TV where you had to have like 20 whatever episodes in a season. So there's some filler there. But has anybody here ever seen Twin Peaks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great, right?
Yeah,
It's one of the most off-kilter, wonderfully unique, creative shows that's ever been made. And shout out to David.
Okay.
David Lynch is like a mastermind of psychological thrillers.
He is the best thing that I can say about David Lynch is he was unique to the point where people use his name as an adjective.
Yeah.
When something's a bit off the wall or very creative, it's Lynchian, a bit off kilter. And that is, to be that unique in a business like Hollywood where there's so much financial pressure to conform and to just reboot and remake. We lost a good one. Taylor, do you have an anti-David Lynch take? What's going on?
No, I don't have anything anti-David Lynch. I have no idea who this person is.
Okay.
When y'all mentioned it, and I Googled him. I Googled him, and I still don't know. I mean, I don't know how I've seen Mulholland Drive. That's the only movie I've ever seen.
Mulholland Drive is
that's the only one I've seen. I didn't know who this was.
Very good filmmaker. Very good filmmaker. Also, rest in peace to Bob Uecker.
Oh,
Bring it back to sports, man.
Just a little outside.
Gosh, so good.
Absolute
one
legend.
hit, one guard darn hit. That's
You know what I like?
So good.
You know what I like? As someone who has a very salty mouth in everyday life, and look, a lot of times is engaging in crass words. Is that evidence of low intelligence, a lack of class? I don't know. I'm not sure. But I do know this. All reports is that Uecker was one dirty talking son of a gun.
Oh, I mean, in Major League alone.
Yeah.
I had to censor my comments.
So
there.
I saw
I
saw a great 7-minute clip of Norm Macdonald and Artie Lang on Howard Stern telling Uecker stories. And they said he's like that character, but even dirtier and crazier.
Yeah.
Every other word was the F word. Just a lot of stuff that would get him canceled. And the one of the funniest parts of the stories that I saw is Lang and McDonald are saying that he was such a pro at it. He'd been doing it so long. They have his cough button. He'd be in like the middle of a call, hit the cough button, make a really dirty joke, and then continue the call. Yeah. Like in between saying the ball's hit, he's heading to first, and then and he's safe. Like in between that, he'd get a shot. So shout out to Bob Uecker that you could be that successful, that respected, and still just be a little dirty. Just have a salty mouth.
One of my favorite characters in any movie ever, honestly. Yeah. Like Harry Doyle was phenomenal. Me and Moose were quoting it yesterday. It was so funny.
I don't get starstruck very often, but we did an autograph signing in Virginia one time, and it was actually one that I had no business being at, but he was there, and I was like, man,
wow.
I am going to go say hello to this man. I mean, he has made me laugh too hard and too many times.
Bob Uecker had an autograph signing?
Oh, yeah. Because he played.
No. I mean, I know, of course, if people want his autograph, I'm just surprised that he took the time out to, like, do an autograph signing.
So there's a huge show in that area, in the Virginia, Maryland kind of area, where like I said, I had no business being there. But it was right after the national championship. I had just been drafted, and so I weaseled my way into it, and I had a really good agent. But it was literally like whoever you can imagine, T, that was big in sports.
It was big names.
They were there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
If Euchre's there, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So rest in peace to a couple of legends, man. Maybe I'll get my wife to rewatch Twin Peaks with me. If you did one episode a day for like maybe 4 days a week, how long would that take? That'd probably take a long time.
Yeah.
One episode a day, 4 days. How long are the episodes?
Well, I guess
that many
episodes
one a day.
of Twin Peaks. Is there a lot of episodes?
I think it's the era of TV where, you're talking about 22, 26 episodes in a season.
Yeah.
Because you have those big orders you got to fill. Now, there may only be, 3 seasons?
I was gonna say, I think
the seasons I don't think is very
Is there 2 or
deep.
3?
I'm not sure.
I know they redid it as well.
Well, so they didn't redo it. At the end of the first one, they have all that weird Red Room stuff where they talk about 17 years later, some are going to be back here, and then they literally did that the 17 years later. But I never watched the new one, and now it's to appreciate the new one, I need to go back and watch the old one.
So it is 3 seasons.
How many episodes in each
I'm
season?
trying to look at right now. It doesn't tell me.
Now Talks the Element Crew. It was awesome. Full recommend. All right, when we get back here on Off the Bench, Joel Klatt was proposing a new layout for college football that has some commonalities with things we've talked about. Some exciting twists, though, that I want to gauge y'all on and see if y'all are into it or not. More OTB coming up next.
Off the Bench.
Hey, guys, go to Main Event right here in Baton Rouge if you're looking for something fun to do this weekend or weekday. And I'm not talking family fun. We're talking some adult fun as well. What, open until 2 a.m., Jake?
They are.
Oh, boy. Come on now.
Every single night they're open late. But, you'll get some 2 a.m.ers in there as well.
Yeah, man. So, you want to go have some drinks, have some great food, newly revised food and drink menu. We got you over there at Main Event. You go enjoy some professional level bowling, a multi-level laser tag arena. We've got a ton of arcade games ready to go. We got the ropes course. So, your headquarters for fun here in Baton Rouge is Main Event. And when you mention Off the Bench, you get a 30-minute free game card with which to play unlimited for half an hour. How about that? Make your kids really happy, guys. So take them in today if you want to plan a birthday party, event, rewarding the sales team, your company, team building. It's all right there at Main Event Baton Rouge. Check it out today. Again, Main Event Baton Rouge.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
At Atmos Energy, our Smart Choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Got chores that need some extra muscle, but a large piece of equipment is overkill? That's what John Deere compact utility tractors were made for. Powerful enough for the work you need to do. compact enough for how you need to do it. Find the equipment that's right for you at Sunshine Quality Solutions. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly
I had a way then, losing it all on my own. I had a heart then, but the queen has been overthrown.
Back to sports talk. Maybe. Off the bench.
The dark is too hard to beat, and I'm not keeping now the strength I need.
Internet. LSU internet specifically. It's time to get angry. Chip Patterson. Who's Chip Patterson?
I think Chip works with Bud Elliott and Danny Cannell, that podcast, right?
Is he on Cover 3?
I
All
think.
right. Well, Chip has released his top 10 champions of the 4-team playoff era.
I saw Chip last week.
And 2019 LSU is number 2 to 2020 Alabama. The old Mickey Mouse. Somewhere
that
out
has
there.
to be rage bait.
Somewhere out there, Preston Guy is crafting just a thesis. He is in his lab like Tony Stark in Iron Man, getting the repulsors ready to go. Chip, you don't even know what you just invited from
Chip.
Preston by ranking 2020 Alabama over 2019 LSU. You are effed. You're going to end up just like old boy with the clipboard tweet from Oregon. Good luck, Chip. Good luck.
Chip's such a good guy, too. Chip, if you would have asked for my advice, I would have helped you out in this endeavor.
I thought you were going to say when Clemson went 15-0. I was not going to guess 2020 Alabama.
They're 3. They're 3 on the list.
I was not
2018
gonna guess
Clemson's number 3 on the list.
There was somebody online that told me that Clemson team would have beat 2019 LSU by 3 touchdowns.
I mean, they almost played.
I mean, it would have been fantastic if we could somehow get those teams to play. Like, I'm not saying who I would guarantee win, but 2020 has an asterisk. Like, bottom line.
Yeah, for sure.
I get what they did was incredible, but
it was.
Saban handled chaos better than anyone.
Imagine that.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even want to engage in that because I know it's like.
Wes Ross, Chip is not a good guy, literally a Satanist from what I'm hearing. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I agree. Only somebody who worships Shaitan could put that list together. So they got, 18 Clemson 4, 22 Georgia, 18 Clemson 3, 22 Georgia 5, and 21 Georgia.
At the end of the day, when we have these conversations, T, I don't want it to sound like we're just the LSU guys. Like, I don't.
Well, that's why we can never get in these conversations because we'll absolutely be cornered.
And I usually don't engage with them. But even like going back to the great Miami teams, which were so good, I do realize that. And I think the Miami teams are the only ones that can even be put in the same category as 2019 LSU. But at the end of the day, if I'm choosing a team led by Ken Dorsey, Mac Jones, or Joe Burrow, I'm going to go Joe Burrow.
True.
I am every single time.
Triple Crown winner, top MVP candidate. List goes on and on.
And something that doesn't get talked about, all of those linemen too, those offensive linemen, played in the NFL.
Yeah.
4 of them are still playing in the NFL.
Is Austin Deculus still in the
NFL?
NFL?
With the Saints.
Wow. Unbelievable, dude.
The only one that's not playing is Sadiq Charles, who retired.
Yeah, like medically.
Yeah. Lloyd's still playing. D. Lou's still playing. Ed Ingram's still playing. Anthony Bradford's still playing. So even the backup, I mean, is still playing.
Shout out 2019 LSU.
So.
All right, so let's get into this Joel Klatt vision for college football. First off, he says he wants to nationalize out-of-conference scheduling. which I'm down for. I do think it's going to be interesting having people complain about, you gave us this game, you gave us that game. But, like, I would kind of like out-of-conference schedule to be taken out of the AD's hands because they've obviously shown what they care about most is, for the most part, scheduling some cupcakes and whatnot. He believes every conference should play 9 conference games, which I think, like, everybody agrees with, even the SEC and stuff, because it makes more money. But the hang-up remains ESPN, right? Fox and CBS paid the Big Ten so much money for that 9th game. ESPN refused to reopen their books and negotiations to do so. That remains a hang-up there. Like, I think everybody, since logically, Jake, wants everybody to play 9 conference games. It's a win for everybody involved. The only people it's not a win for is like the Mark Stoops of the world who try to stack another cupcake win to get to the bowl.
A couple things. One, don't take a stray at Mark Stoops.
That's
that was
not even a stray.
for.
That's not even. We know that. That is a reported fact.
So
true or false?
So listen, I'm gonna tell you. So Jimbo, again, who does radio with me every Tuesday afternoon, I asked him that question. He said none of those coaches wanted to add another SEC game. Like nobody wanted. He said some might tell you they wanted to. He's like, nobody. And I get why the coaches wouldn't, but the coaches don't make those decisions.
I don't. That seems weak.
But think about the pressure of the SEC and the hot seats in the SEC, and you're thinking one more potential loss there.
If my coach doesn't want a 9th game, I don't want to be my coach. Get your soft balls out of here.
Well, okay, I'm with you, but they're thinking of their livelihood. I want all the SEC games.
Well, mashed potato nuts having that. Get out of here.
2020 was awesome. It was 10 SEC games, and that was it. I don't love directional school U either. I get ready, but the coaches aren't behind it right now. And like you said, Greg Sankey's not going to be behind it until ESPN ponies up.
No. The coach's opinion doesn't matter. That's all that actually matters.
Look, if I was in charge of scheduling, I would do it 9 conference games, 2 group of 5 games, and a Power 4 game. We ain't playing the FCS. And I am not trying to throw shade at the FCS. I know those games mean a lot to them. They do. But they don't mean anything to these power programs. Nobody wants to pay their money to go see Mercer. Nobody wants to pay their money to go see UT Chattanooga, right? Get rid of those games, add it to the group of 5. How much more would you rather see LSU Tulane other than LSU Northwestern State?
Mark Cubby says the committee showed you it doesn't have to play a harder schedule, so why do it? This is something, so first off, we're going to get into playoff changes that would fight against this notion, but this is also something that I just continue to push back on. Yes, well, first off, all the examples of teams not making it because of a hard schedule was all conference losses. First and foremost, full stop. Secondly, there's a lot of teams that benefited through the years by winning big out-of-conference games. Look at Texas last season. Why was there never any debate about whether or not Texas got in that Final Four? Because they had the Alabama win. Like, yeah, when you play one of those big games, it is risky, but if you win, there is reward as well. So, no, I don't get gaslit by Gregory Byrne and his sad ass telling you, we're not going to schedule it. You didn't schedule anybody, Greg. Get out of here. Now, how you fix it is the 14-team playoff. And this is something that we've talked about a lot on this show. I've talked about a lot on Snaps. This is something that had a ton of momentum when they're talking about after 2026, after next season, because it's all going to get reworked, what to do. And we've always talked about the 14-team playoffs being this: 4 auto bids for the SEC, 4 for the Big Ten, 2 for the Big 12, 2 for the ACC. And then whatever, however you want to do the last couple, it's like Notre Dame, whatever, right? What's a huge advantage about this is that
so you basically have one group of 5.
Yeah, whatever. Like
4-4-2-2 Notre Dame group of 5.
Yeah, it says the highest ranked champion of the other leagues. Yeah. So yes, and then 1 at large. Could be Notre Dame, could be somebody else. But the point is, this is only based on your conference finish. So you can schedule whatever the hell you want out of conference. It will not affect your ability to make the playoffs. Only navigating your league will, which makes a lot of sense because at the end of the day, this is supposed to be a filtering system where we take the best teams from each league and then pit them together. Where the Clat pitch differs and becomes more interesting to me, and something that I have not heard, Jake, in this, The Big Ten and the SEC would play a championship game between 1 and 2. The winner would get a bye. But then 3 and 6 and 4 and 5 would play a game to get in as those final 2 spots. So this year, that would have been LSU at Tennessee and Alabama at Ole Miss to get into the final 2 playoff spots. It's pretty intriguing, man. And it's very objective. There's no subjectivity. Yeah. There's no, oh, well, we think game control. But none of that crap. It is, where did you finish in the standings?
Yeah.
And then you're doing a tournament to get into the tournament. I really like it, dude. The ACC and the Big 12 would have 1 and 4 play and 3 and 2 play, and the winners would go. Like this year, that would have been Arizona State. It would have been Colorado at Arizona State and BYU at Iowa State with the winners going.
Yeah.
I think that sounds pretty awesome, dude.
So in this scenario, I don't know, conference championship games are done.
No, in this scenario,
because it's not too many games.
In this pitch, they would play the conference championship. One team winner would get a bye, loser still in. But then also the other teams are all playing an extra game as well because they're doing their playing game thing.
Okay,
it's a lot of games.
So covering,
but it's fun.
So covering the entire playoffs so far, and I've been to a lot of different cities, talked to a lot of different fans and coaches, and it's the first year, so it can change. It's new. They're exhausted.
Yes. Oh, of course. Also in this pitch, I think there's an extra round of home games. So they would extend the home games to the first 2 rounds of the playoffs. So the teams that would get a bye would get a home game the first time they played. So maybe cutting down a little bit on some of the travel.
Yeah, I would want it for the first 2 weeks, even in a 12-team playoff. It's just these teams are going across the country. It's
too much. It's crazy.
It has been a lot for them. The time between the games too. Why do we need 10 days between the semis and the finals?
Yeah, that's too much.
Like just keep it like a normal week. There's so much time in between. I mean, we started this thing a long time ago, and we're just dragging it out. And if you're a team that played in the first round, which both of the teams in the national championship game, they did that. Talking about a long process with a lot of moving parts to get to the end.
It's weird, too, because it's not like the NFL where you're traveling necessarily. Or are they now traveling like the day before? Or have they treated every week like a bowl week? Are they there like 2 or 3 days before?
So every round they've treated a little bit different. So the first round of the playoff, the visiting team treated it like a
bowl week.
No.
Oh, okay.
Like an NFL trip.
Oh, but you're talking when they played at a stadium?
At a stadium.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. The next week in the quarterfinals, they treated it a little bit like a bowl trip. It was, I think, 3 days before time because we had a media day. For the semifinals, we didn't have a media day portion of it like we did in the quarterfinals. Mm-hmm. And so they gave them kind of that off, and so they went a couple of days ahead of time, not the full week ahead of time. Now with the national championship game, like I'm leaving today. I'm leaving this afternoon because there's media day tomorrow.
Yeah.
And the game's not till Monday. So they're treating that as a longer trip. So they've kind of switched it up every round.
So, I mean, there's a lot to work on. I will continue to bang the drum for a system that just objectively rewards the results. And this does that, and it's only through conference standings. So you can get all your big out-of-conference matchups you want, and it naturally filters to where each of the best teams from each conference meet in a big tournament. How does that not make sense? Time will tell. More OTB coming up next.
Off the bench.
Get Gordon and get it done. 225-888-8888. Gordon McKernan, injury attorneys, there for you when you need them. You need somebody who's going to stand up to the big insurance companies and get you what you deserve. It can feel very overwhelming fighting against an insurance company, guys. Okay? You need somebody in your corner. And that's Gordon McKernan, injury attorneys. We got a team on standby ready to go. You can call 888-8888 or head to getgordon.com. Fill out a consult form. We'll get in touch with you immediately. He's got all the cases to handle. You see real results. Also follow him on social media at GetGordon. Get Gordon, get it done.
Go to the website, getgordon.com, where you can chat with an agent right there on the homepage of the website. Like T-Bob said, you can find all the information of what they can do for you in the courtroom right there on the homepage as well. We always encourage you, though. They're doing big things in the community throughout the state of Louisiana from top to bottom. And so you find that at Get Gordon. That's always going to be that handle on all major social media. And then you know your area code in Louisiana, followed by 888-8888. Get Gordon and get it done.
There it is. the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Got chores that need some extra muscle, but a large piece of equipment is overkill? That's what John Deere compact utility tractors were made for. Powerful enough for the work you need to do. Compact enough for how you need to do it. Find the equipment that's right for you at Sunshine Quality Solutions. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
BRAC teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered.
Welcome in to the best morning sports-ish show around. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
All right, so we talked about Title IX and the Department of Education weighing in on how the antitrust lawsuit and revenue sharing would work under Title IX. And apparently the Department of Education, as it stands today, is ruling that the revenue sharing will not take market value into account and will have to be split evenly down the middle, 50-50 between male and female. Where this becomes interesting is I've talked to a bunch of people that have been, working on this for LSU in terms of revenue sharing. I talked to people who've worked at other schools as well. And pretty much, I've been asking, what's actually going to happen on the Title IX front? And everything up until this point has been, frankly, we don't know.
A lot of we don't know.
And that's not, I'm not saying that LSU, that's all over the place.
Yeah.
That is schools on the West Coast, everybody I've talked to, the answer is we don't know. Well, now a ruling has come down. What's interesting about that, though, is a lot of the schools have been planning, I think on giving about, it was like 75% to football, the next biggest percentage to men's basketball, and then divvying up the rest after that. So this ruling quite literally puts the entire antitrust settlement lawsuit potentially in peril, in a weird spot where will it actually get enacted? Does it pass muster? Is it legal? Now, that said, in terms of real-life politics involving themselves in college football, this is the Department of Education under President Biden ruling this. But when President Trump gets back into office, I would imagine that whoever his head of the department is could rule differently. So it's definitely something to keep an eye on, because if it sticks, this is something that up to this point everybody has not been budgeting or planning for. They have been saying that no, they're going to do it based on market value in terms of how they revenue share.
I mean, there's change all the time, but it feels like this is significant with what we're about to see. And you're seeing everybody try to get everything in order, but like this was a portion of it, like you said, T, like nobody really knew what to do with this. Like, do I plan for this? Do I just think that it's going to be a non-fact? Like, I don't, because even like the best reporters, like national reporters that break news and have the insight, I would ask them, they're like, I have no idea.
Yeah, nobody knows.
And they usually have all the tea, and they didn't have any of it.
Again, it remains a bit insane that college football is the country's second biggest sport, and yet due to a just wild series of factors and events, and at its core, a system that was flatly illegal, but we all just accepted was not for 100 years, that all of this has led to the country's second most valuable sport, second most watched sport to the NFL, not having a ruling body.
Yeah.
Not having any sort of council at the top that can make decisions with any sort of weight behind it. Very odd times. Very odd times. But this is definitely something to watch going forward. I don't want to make any broad sweeping proclamations today because it is these are rulings kind of built on the sand, if you will. So who knows how firm the foundation is, if they'll stick. But as it stands today, the Department of Education ruling that Title IX applies to revenue sharing, and it must be split 50-50, which, again, is not something that any school that I have talked to was planning on doing. So we'll see.
You couldn't even palm that basketball?
I can palm that ball, thank you. I can definitely palm. It's a tiny basketball, guys, and I have completely average 9-inch hands. And maybe even above average, and I can palm that basketball. Thank you. Don't listen to Jake. I just dropped it. I was trying to catch it without looking at it.
Saying somebody likes to make made a short joke earlier. I mean, I'm above average height.
No, you're just a freak. You know, you got these big hands, this big old just concrete block of a head.
Yeah.
You look like when you go, when you watch like 6-year-olds in full pads and they're running around, it looks like their heads are, like bobbleheads, like their heads are dragging them. They're dragging their heads along the ground as they run.
Mm-hmm.
That's you.
So
it's a term of endearment.
something like Bayou Traditions or like a NIL collective.
Yeah.
So they're saying it's considered athletic financial assistance. And that's why it's Title IX, because it's like the school that's like,
well, the revenue share is going to be coming directly from the school. I think they've skirted up to this point is because the collectives were outside of the school, right? But a lot of the collectives, to your point, are now getting brought in-house. So I have no idea, guys. I'm not a lawyer. But just know that that's where we stand today. All right. When we get back, let's wrap up hour number 2, and then we got Champagne Shenanigans. Let's start kicking off the weekend in hour 3.
Off the bench.
Go to centralplumbing.org, 925-8552. Centralplumbing.org, 925-8552. Wait, there's a highlight tape of Adrian Peterson Jr. out there?
Mm-hmm.
Let's watch in hour 3.
There is no way it can be as impressive as his old man's.
True. True.
That thing is maybe the greatest of all time.
I was watching Noel Devine highlights the other day, because I'm a man. I'm not man enough, though, to do my own plumbing. It's a step too far. It's just going to end up in disaster. I tried to YouTube a plumbing problem one time, and I made the problem worse. To the point where it's going to got a whole new toilet. So don't be like me. Just call Central Plumbing 925-8552. Take advantage of flat rate pricing, licensed, bond insured employees, 24/7 emergency service, excellent warranty once the work is done, and have all your plumbing problems solved. Just Central Plumbing.
Yeah, when you go to the website, see what they can do for you also in the remodel game. I mean, they can completely change your space at your home, at your business, whatever you're looking for. They can make sure it gets done. Centralplumbing.org.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Got chores that need some extra muscle, but a large piece of equipment is overkill? That's what John Deere compact utility tractors were made for. Powerful enough for the work you need to do. Compact enough for how you need to do it. Find the equipment that's right for you at Sunshine Quality Solutions. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps are held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Brett teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dog. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagine, we deliver.
Welcome back to the 9th-ranked morning sports show in America. Off the bench.
Welcome back to OTB, guys. Hope everybody's having a great day. Hey, are the bye weeks here? What do we have on the SEC basketball docket this weekend, guys? Sorry I didn't tell you I was going to ask you this right when we came back on air. Taylor, Alondra, as our resident SEC basketball correspondent. Alondra, you're only allowed to talk about women's basketball, okay?
What are you
I'm
asking?
surprised I'm allowed to even talk about that.
Yeah, I know. Look, hey, Trump's probably good,
What are you asking? Who do they play?
Yeah.
They play Texas A&M tomorrow night.
That's right.
And then the women play noon on Sunday.
In College Station?
Yes, it is at Texas A&M.
Texas A&M really good this year?
They're ranked number 11. They're coming off a tough loss, but it was to, a ranked Kentucky team. So you got a tough stretch coming up. So you go to College Station, you go to Tuscaloosa, then you're home against number 1 Auburn. I mean, that's your next 3.
And then Sunday, who do the women play?
Florida.
There you go. Florida.
Thank you, Londra. And then the Pelicans, guys, winners of 2 in a row. 3 of their last 4. They got the Jazz in the Smoothie King Center tonight. This is for the real NBA sickos. You want to watch 2 10-30 teams jack up 53s? Hell yeah. Let's go. It's the NBA equivalent of just being like a pig and rolling around in your own excrement, Just loving it. Getting in the slop. Getting funky. Just 'cause. Finding a little mud pile and peeing in it and then diving face first. To live like a pig, to be so free. Wouldn't it be wonderful?
Hadn't thought about it.
Imagine if your taste buds were such that slop, you were like, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because, if you're on a pig, if you're feeding pigs, just feed them whatever, right? You can feed them anything. I think you can feed a pig anything, right? You feed a pig, probably.
You can't
it's pretty messed up.
I know a goat will eat anything, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
It's kind of always been the impression that I've gotten from cartoons and stuff.
Right. cans.
But I'm saying, like, what if you craved just like rotten apples? Do you know how easy that would be to feed yourself? Be like, ooh, look at that dumpster. I'm about to go in on that thing. Like, that's a pig life. You know? It's a free life, an evolved life.
These are things I haven't spent a lot of time thinking about.
Also, pigs are smart. We forget that.
Are they?
Yep. It's why the story of Legion is so impactful in the Bible. Because, I mean, look, you get one sheep to run off a cliff, all the other sheep are following.
Yeah,
They're dumb.
They, you know.
One pig, the other pigs are going to be like, that's a dumb pig. But Legion, being a, what's the word I'm looking for? Being a multitude of demons, was able to infect an entire herd of pigs and make them run off a cliff. It's crazy. Now, I wouldn't want to be a pig infected by a demon, but I'd like to be a pig. Until it came time to make breakfast, unfortunately. What animal would y'all like to be?
What animal would I like to be? Tiger. Feared by others.
Kind of a lonely existence.
I'm going to be a wolf.
But I'm good with that.
I'm going to be a wolf because
here we go.
We're going to be in a pack, right? We're going to be in a pack. We're going to be in the foxhole, but I'm still going to be the alpha.
Yeah. Yeah, because to your point, when you said tigers are lonely, like Jake's got a couple of his boys with him, like he's not alone.
What about you, Alondra? What animal do you want to be?
A tiger, too, I think.
Jesus Christ, guys.
Oh,
Hit the
what would you be?
showers.
What
A
would you
pig.
be?
I just told you, a pig.
Stupid answer.
This is the grossest animal in the world.
Answer.
A hippo.
It's worse than a tiger. Like,
Hippo's
that's so
cooler
dumb.
than
No,
a pig.
wait, tiger's boring.
Pig's dumb.
Off the bench.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Atmos Energy, our smart choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7970.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21 12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's a 9 a.m. here on Friday, January 17th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect cloudy skies with a high of 66. In hour 3 of today's show, Rivers Huey stops by the studio for a full hour of champagne shenanigans. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert. Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Oh, what up, y'all? Welcome back. Hour 3 of OTB, and the week is officially done. Shenanigans can begin. We've got a bottle of...
Whoa.
I don't know. It looks like Twitter showed me a FIFA card pack opening from
That
years
sounded
ago or something.
way more aggressive than a card
Streamer
pack.
reaction.
Yeah, I mean, I guess people do take their FIFA very serious.
Yeah.
That's like the first game that was...
It's not even FIFA anymore now.
No, it's not. You're right. It's FC.
Yeah. It'll always be FIFA to me.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, we got a bottle of Trader Joe's Brut
Whatever
Blanc
was
de
in my
Blanc,
house.
sparkling wine, and we're about to enjoy some champagne shenanigans.
Did you know a trick about Trader Joe's wines? Do you know what I'm about to tell you?
You've told me in the past, but
Okay.
I would butcher it, so tell the people.
Well, I might butcher it too. But basically, anything that's Trader Joe's brand, especially stuff that says like, I think it's like, I don't know, there's like a specialty word underneath it. I can't remember what they call it. But
So
it's
you're
like
just missing the
diamond
one piece
level-
of key information that we need.
No, I mean anything that has Trader Joe's and has like diamond or
Okay.
whatever underneath it. So that wine, Trader Joe's works with wineries and they take their excess wine that they can't bottle. So sometimes when you're buying Trader Joe's like a cab, you're getting just like, you know, a standard whatever middle of the road cab.
Yeah.
But sometimes you're getting a very, very, very expensive bottle of wine for Trader Joe's prices. And so a lot of people like wine nerds will go to Trader Joe's. They'll go in, they'll buy one of whatever it is that they want. They'll go out to their car. They'll try it. And then, because they can taste, they know what they're tasting.
If it's really good,
Yes.
then they'll be like, oh,
and then they'll be like, okay, I'm
going
to go buy a case of it or whatever.
So what's interesting about that is putting
Reserve and Diamond. Okay, I wasn't that far off.
putting that information into the universe is genius on Trader Joe's, because 99% of people are not sommeliers and cannot actually discern what they're tasting.
So then people are like, oh, I'll roll the dice.
Yeah, well, and then you're like, this must be good. This tastes
so
great.
good.
This has to be like Camus or Silver Oak or something crazy. Like this is expensive, I can tell. And really, they're just drinking crappy wine, but they think they're drinking incredible wine because they know it could be incredible wine. Really
It is
strong.
really good marketing. Maybe it's not even true, but I've heard
Trader
several sommeliers say it. So I do think that it's probably true. One of my favorite follows on Instagram is this girl. She calls herself the No Snob Som.
Okay.
Sommelier, but she does pairings of Trader Joe's wines and different fast food or snacks from Trader Joe's. So she has a lot of Taco Bell wine pairings. And like she does like Trader Joe's appetizers, but she talks about how the wine, because it's usually not expensive wine, she's like, this pairs really well with this because of these things. So she's like, I want to give you more information so you don't have to feel like you have to spend $1 billion on wine to enjoy it and to drink nice wine.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate.
No, I agree.
What's like the typical, so when you go to the store, you're buying a wine, red, white, whatever. Like, what's like where you're staying? Like, what's that range? Is it $15 to $20? Is it 20
It's gone
to
up
25?
as I've gotten older.
Yeah.
You know, now it's probably more in the 20 to 30.
Mine's, if I'm just drinking a casual bottle of wine, like 20 to 30 probably. If I'm like giving a gift, it obviously is like more expensive.
Yeah.
Gifts like what, 50 and over? Like
yeah,
50
I think
to
50 and over.
75? Right?
Like a great bottle of wine that's a little more expensive would be like Prisoner. It's about $50. If you want like a really good cab, I really enjoy it.
Yeah, I'd say 50 to 75 is probably like nice gift.
Didn't we have a companion show or Prisoner like kind of sponsored it or something one time?
No, that's a different.
Where was I?
That was like 19 Crimes or something.
Oh, yeah, that's
And
right. That's what it was.
There's a little gimmicky. They have like the labels that if you QR code, then they like come to life.
That was me, you, and Flynn?
Yeah.
But I will tell you this, that girl,
And Matt,
she's put me on some pretty good like $10 to $15 bottles of wine at Trader Joe's that are like, I actually really, really do enjoy. So
Well, I mean,
I've appreciated it.
As you're committing war crimes against your gut by eating slop that doesn't legally qualify as beef, of course, I want to pair it correctly with the correct wine with the right amount of tannins.
So are you saying because I'm getting the flavors from from Taco Bell that they're not able to be paired with properly?
I am saying
you don't think that like flavors can pair across the board anywhere?
I think
feel like you're being a little snobby.
I am being snobby.
You don't fall into No Snob Som. You are not her audience.
I am being snobby. I get why. I mean, but that's her entire deal is
But her
the
deal
disconnect.
is her deal is that she knows way more about wine than you've ever known, and she's telling you how to drink it. If you can't spend $30 every night on a bottle of wine.
No, for sure. What I'm saying is pairing it with Taco Bell, though.
But her point is that you can find flavors anywhere.
I mean,
it might not be real meat, but there are still flavors.
Yeah, no, I know, but it's not. I mean, yeah, okay, look, that's fine. That's fine. I'm the minority here. I don't think of fast food as real food. I love fast food. I get it all the time. I don't think of it as real food.
But you can still drink wine with it. And she's like, if you're going to drink wine with it, this is what's going to taste good.
Yeah, I think that's funny. I mean, I guess that's the entire.
I guess that most people aren't sitting at home every night making themselves, gourmet dishes. Like most people are just eating average stuff.
Yeah.
Night to night.
I agree. I mean, look,
okay,
man.
how about I rephrase it? Let's say you're just having a little Mexican night at home.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be Taco Bell. Whatever kind of meat you're trying to, I'm sure whatever she's pairing with it will taste just as good with that.
I think
your
that's
whole thing
probably
is Taco
true.
Bell.
I probably think it's just no. Look,
I will go to
love
Taco
fast
Bell
food,
right now,
guys.
and I'll spend $35 on myself.
Yeah,
$35 on yourself at Taco Bell?
Hey, I might not eat it all, but I'm gonna have a plan. I'm gonna attack
Golly.
the day with enthusiasm unknown to mankind.
What is this? The
not
Cold
wrong.
War? Are you researching weapons of mass destruction?
No, I could do that as well. I could do that as well.
Taco Bell.
It's Taco Bell. Matt C's not wrong. He said you got that Taco Bell by Total Wine on Segan. Feels pretty convenient.
There you go. Follow the no snob. And
have
get
you guys done the taster
a
thing yet?
cheesy gordita crunch with a nice Sauvignon Blanc.
Have either of y'all done the taster thing?
No.
It's the guy from Baton Rouge, the doctor. He developed, I guess he was doing some work with like during COVID on like your senses and what you're losing and all of that. I'm probably getting this all wrong, but he ended up translating that into a wine thing. So you have these little like strips and you put them in your mouth and then you rank how bitter or sweet it tastes.
Okay.
And it's different for everyone. Like I did this with someone, you have the same strips and we were getting totally different.
Yeah, taste buds degrade and change and everything over time.
And then it tells you what your flavor profile is. And then it will like link you to Total Wine and be like, these are the wines that you are going to enjoy.
Huh.
Yeah. And so like I ended
cool.
up doing it and it killed it. Like it was like wines I would have never bought, like types of wines I would have never bought for myself. And I was like, oh, wow. Okay.
That sounds very cool.
Yeah.
I'd definitely like to check that out.
Maybe we can do that on air one day.
Be a Good Friday segment. Rivers, congratulations are in order because you had a birthday.
Yep.
Yesterday. Happy birthday. Happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
Pretty old. you know?
Yep. 37.
Pretty old.
Gross
I wouldn't
number.
Nobody's in their Mike Gundy year like me, though.
No, that's true.
Yeah, but like 30, we were talking about this yesterday. I don't have a problem so much about the age
37's
of 37, like
It's
the
a bad-
age
bad
of it.
Bad number. Outside of Steve
Yeah.
Gleason.
We talked about this. Like the age 37 does not bother me. Like I don't mind that I'm getting older, but the number 37 is so gross.
It's a prime number.
It's just not.
Prime
not
numbers are not
pleasing to my
enjoyable.
mouth.
The one thing it
I
has
think 20
going for it,
29 and 37 were like the ones I was like, ugh, these are bad jersey numbers.
the one thing that 37 has going for it is 3 + 7 = 10, which is kind of its only saving grace.
I'm
But
not
outside
thinking
of
about it
that,
like that.
not a
Uh-huh.
lot. Not a lot.
Yeah, but you got to get a windy path to get
I
to
agree.
that.
I
you
agree.
know?
I'm just
T-Bob's,
trying to find something.
T-Bob's, join us in those upper
Look,
30s
if you
in a month.
compare Taco Bell with wine, I could be excited about 7 + 3 = 10.
That's true.
And also, I'm 35, okay? So keep y'all's old asses out of here because I'm with Taylor and Alondra. Right, guys?
With
sure.
what?
Wait,
You're
young.
about to be 36. You're about to be upper 30s.
I'm 35.
Oh, you're only 35?
A month. We got a month.
How about that, dude? I mean, not to brag.
Man.
He's a month of
I
mid-30s.
thought you were 36 this
I
whole
thought
time.
I was 36 until a couple months back.
That's right. You did. That's right.
And in the middle
You
of an
gained a whole
interview,
year.
I realized I wasn't. And what a great feeling to immediately gain a year back of life in
You're
an
gonna open
instant. Something that many of you cannot appreciate.
Well, in a month, he's upper 30s with us.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
not
4 months. I'm
I was
out
about
of
to
the 30s.
say, and then look, for
40.
4 months, we'll be
Yeah.
together in our upper 30s.
Taylor, you're in your 30s?
No, I am 28.
Oh my gosh, Alondra, 25?
6.
Ugh, what I would give. I feel though perpetually
28.
like 27. Like that's the age that I feel.
For some reason, I thought Tay had made 30 or close to it.
Moose is in. Moose is 30.
Moose is?
Yeah. He's a
Moose
little
has
bit
been
older than
30
me.
for a long time.
He's a little bit older than me.
I feel perpetually 45 because I'm just so accustomed to being kind of the mature person in the room, the wise person,
Do you think
comes.
do you think that being 45 makes you the wisest person in the room?
Everybody comes. It feels like a very wise age. 45 does. A bit of mixture
45?
of youth and age. Like I believe
Is
you
that
couldn't.
as like a Southern 45 or like a California 45? Because California
No,
45s
California
are
45
like,
is like 12.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
It's like 20 something. But.
I remember in college, my senior year, my friend had an internship with MTV over the summer. And so at the end of the summer, I went there, like I flew there and I drove back with her, but I spent 2 weeks with her there.
Yeah.
And we were 21, 22, and everyone we hung out with was like 30 to 35.
It is
And
definitely
at the time,
a
I
different
wasn't thinking
culture.
anything about it, but now that I am in my like mid 30s, I'm like, wow, that would be weird for me to be hanging out with a 22-year-old.
I guess it's just not weird over there, I guess, because it's just baked into the culture.
Yeah.
Where old and young people just hang out together. It's definitely way different than here, though.
It is, yeah.
What animal would you be, Rivers? Have you decided?
Oh, no, I'm going to tell y'all next segment. I'm still thinking.
Okay, I'm going pig 1. I'm going hippo 2.
Oh, we got to give it a secondary
Oh,
option.
no, I'm not giving secondary options.
That's fine. That's fine. I've just been thinking about other animals that'd be great to be. I mean, if you're a hippo, no natural predators on a hippo, I believe, right? Like, what's going to kill a hippo?
Nothing in the water. I mean, not.
You know what else I love about a
man?
hippo? You basically just float all the time. You're not even putting a lot on your joints. You're a big guy. Your joints probably hurt. You're kind of morbidly obese in a lot of ways, but all you do is eat and chill in the water. Sounds great. Also, I mean, just sticking with the big animal theme, I mean, how about being a blue whale?
How about it?
Biggest animal on planet Earth?
Yeah.
Nobody mess with you? You talk to the homies all day from afar?
Yeah.
You could be across the ocean, be like, yo. What's up, dog?
Do you float or do you have to swim? Because if you have to swim the whole time, that's a lot.
Is that what you would be saying the whole time?
I think, but I mean, you do swim the whole time, but it's
Yeah.
not. But it's basically like floating to you or flying.
What about that? Obviously, like sharks are kind of cool, but did you see recently they found that shark that's like I don't know, 200 years old or something, or 500 years old?
Aren't like all
Google.
sharks like thousands of years
Yeah,
old?
but they found one.
Oh, like a living
A
shark
living
that
shark.
was alive.
You have to Google it
Okay,
because I don't
hold
have
on.
have the facts on me. But yes, they found like a living shark that is like a crazy amount old.
Okay, let's see. It does say some Greenland sharks can live. It says scientists estimate Greenland sharks live
I'm
at
not
least
Googling
250 years. They may live
Old
over
shark
500.
that was found.
That'll get you there. I mean,
Oh wait, one shark.
Yeah, scientists find 500-year-old shark
Yeah, there it is.
in September. The longest living vertebrate on
500-year
Earth.
shark. What's that shark been doing?
Swimming.
What's the shark fin doing?
You think he's tired now? You think he's like, guys,
I think he's just
Hell
tired.
yeah, he's
I
exhausted.
just don't want to do
It's
this
like
anymore.
the movies you see a vampire and they're like,
They're
look,
just
I've
over
had
it.
my run.
It's like Tom Cruise
Like,
in
go ahead
Interview
and
with the
take me.
Vampire. He's
Yeah.
just like, I'm over it.
Yeah.
This is it.
So that means that this shark was born before the New World was discovered? Or is that 1492, 500 years? Okay, so it would have just been discovered.
Did you say where it was discovered? I'm sorry, I couldn't.
Greenland. It seems like, or I don't know. They call it the
A lot of people are
Greenland
saying
shark.
Greenland in the chat, yeah.
I would hate to be 500.
Yeah, I mean, you
reach a point where you're like, all right.
I hope. I mean, I don't know. Do you ever stop wanting? I don't know. I mean, you might know better. You're closer. You're older than
Ask
I am,
Jake.
so y'all are.
Ask Jake.
Yeah.
Jeez.
What are we gonna do for Jake's 40th?
I don't know. I was thinking about that too. We gotta do something, obviously.
Something, obviously.
It only comes once. Lordy, looks who's 40.
Ooh.
I already have something. I told y'all what it was.
Oh, okay. Does he know? Don't tell him.
Jake doesn't
Okay, good.
No.
Oh,
No.
We love that.
Alondra's got great plans.
I know.
Alondra's very
got
thoughtful.
really good plans.
She's an
thoughtful,
incredible
but
gift
like
giver.
Some part of me is nervous that it's going to be
No, it's gonna be great.
really
No, I
good.
think you're gonna love it.
And like,
Oh, that makes me so
Okay.
excited.
all right, I trust you.
Remember that one year I had to co-host with you on your birthday?
Oh yeah.
I don't remember
yeah.
who wasn't here, but I
Yeah.
I ended up with you, and we decorated the studio, and you had all those voice messages from your.
We got
your
videos
bros.
from
Yeah.
all my homies. Yeah.
his homies.
That was fun.
All right, when we get back here on Off the Bench, we got a Tay Anvil story of the day today, which you didn't get to yet, which is one of, and Alondra, I think you'll like it. It's got a bit of a conspiratorial bent
I already know
to
what
it.
it is.
Okay, well, you could have.
She's like,
whatever. We'll get
I'm
to it
not
next.
messing today.
We'll get to
Off
it
the
next.
bench.
Go to Pinnacle Exterior Construction, PECbuilt.com, PECbuilt.com. You go to Pinnacle and look, man, you want an outdoor kitchen. You want really anything you want in backyard, right? Like make the backyard your dreams come true. We build the spaces, you build the memories, but you get a complete custom pool, pick a spec pool, outdoor kitchen, any size, type of fence, bulkheads, pergolas, putting greens, turf, anything and everything, all at Pinnacle. And trust your project to the team of the pros. Again, please, guys, go to PECbuilt.com and look at the site because that's the best way to really grasp the artisanship, the quality of the work. It's unreal. Pinnacle Exterior Construction, PECbuilt.com.
I also think the design, T. I think you see the design, not only the pool, but the entire space. Right there on the homepage, you see the pool, you see the artificial turf, you see what they can do for your backyard, completely change your space. So go to the website today, see what they can do for you and your space at PECbuilt.com.
Welcome back to the 9th-ranked morning sports show in America. Off the bench.
Alondra, how old do you think you would have been when this song was big? Like teens or before that?
When did it come out?
I don't know.
Probably, I want to say when I was in college.
Yeah, I feel like this feels like into college.
2006, 2010-ish, somewhere in there.
I feel like I used to dances at weddings in 2011 and 12 all the time.
2009, so I was 11.
How you have your musical knowledge, I'll never know. Very impressive.
I
do love this song, though.
All right, let's go ahead and get to a wild Tay-Tay NFL story of the day.
It's time for Tay-Tay's NFL story of the day. Your daily dose of NFL news from Taylor Sharp.
Guys, the Las Vegas Raiders may have drafted the wrong player back in 2023, and I know what you're thinking.
I mean, people miss on draft picks all the time, though.
No, I mean, like, they meant to draft someone and drafted someone else. And you're probably wondering, no, that's impossible.
Yes.
Not when they're both named Byron Young and they are both defensive linemen from SEC schools. So back in 2023, Byron Young for Tennessee was a defensive end. Byron Young from Alabama was a defensive tackle. They were both coming out the same year. And Q Myers, this came yesterday from Q Myers. So again, this happened back in 2023, but Q Myers does ESPN radio in Las Vegas. He covers the Raiders a lot, and they were talking about the Rams. One Byron Young plays for the Rams, and he was saying, hey, look, guys, I know this isn't proven, but I cover this team. I'm telling you, I truly believe they meant to draft this Byron Young and not the other because, okay, so Rams Byron Young. This is going to be confusing.
Rams Byron Young's been really good, too.
So Rams Byron Young is very good. He had 7.5 sacks this year. He's part of that young D-line with Fisk, him. He's on there as well. Jared Verse.
Unreal.
He had 7.5 sacks from the defensive tackle spot. He had a hell of a year. This was an interview right after he got drafted. This is Byron Young from the Rams talking about draft day. Give this a listen.
That call?
It was hard. It was one part a lot of people don't know. So, it's another Byron Young that went to the Raiders. So I was sitting there, right? And, when I first met this guy, I knew one day this would happen. And I was, it was like, okay, whatever. So me and him come out at the same time. I'm sitting down, and my agent takes me and said, congratulations. I'm like, what? He said, you got drafted to the Raiders. I'm getting happy. And he said, oh, never mind. They text the wrong agent. So I'm upset right now. And the Raiders about to pop up, and my family don't know that. So I'm sitting there, and they about to say his name. So I said, should I turn off the TV for 3 minutes or, just go ahead and take this because I knew the day would have come. So I'm sitting there, and they said, the Raiders drafted Byron Young. My family started cheering, and I'm just sitting there just hurt. And I was like, that's not me. And I had a hard pill to swallow, so I took that and I was upset, but, I was just thankful that, the round was right for me. So, good things happen to the people that wait. So I knew God had a plan for me.
Ugh.
Okay, so
I am
little
so
bit of
heartbroken
so let's
for
say
that
this.
guy, though.
Right now,
in that
though-
moment, can you even imagine sitting on the couch with your family?
No, it'd be annoying.
Oh.
But right now, though, it feels like maybe the Raiders thought
they called the wrong Byron Young.
Yeah, right now it just feels like maybe they called the wrong guy.
But they may have called the right one and thought they had the wrong one because,
It is
Byron
the
Young.
Raiders. We have to take that into account.
Yeah, I mean, they're a team that didn't turn in their draft pick one time and got skipped over. So,
Oh, really?
Yeah, that happened.
Well, they're just
what, early 2000s?
Yeah.
Byron
Oh,
Young.
crap! What? Oh, come on.
Alabama Byron Young, who the Raiders wound up drafting, went 70th.
Yeah.
7 picks later, the Rams took this Byron Young. And if you go look at, the draft big boards and everything, I took Bleacher Report, but I looked at about 3 or 4 different ones. Byron Young from Tennessee, who they called 82 overall. The Byron Young that they drafted, and this doesn't really matter, but, the Byron Young that they drafted is down here at 127. He had a 5th-round grade.
Okay.
This Byron Young had a 3rd-round grade, which is where he
Okay.
went. And you can say, okay, well, is it that big of a deal? Here's what Byron Young for the Rams did this year. 34 tackles, 7.5 sacks, and a forced fumble on a playoff team. The other Byron Young was cut after his rookie season by a team that spent a third-round pick on him. He had 4 tackles in 6 games as a rookie last year. He's with the Eagles now, facing the Rams in the playoffs against the other Byron Young. He hasn't recorded a stat, but guys, here's the weirdest part.
Is that not the same picture?
Okay, so I'm getting there.
ESPN
I'm getting there.
screwed that up because that is the Byron Young for the Raiders.
This is how much people screw them up. This is Alabama Byron Young. Okay.
Who's the good one? Tennessee or Alabama?
Tennessee.
Okay,
Look, this is Alabama Byron Young, the guy that they allegedly drafted by mistake.
Looks nothing like the other guy.
No, this is Rams Byron Young.
Yeah.
This is ESPN.com.
Yeah.
They have the same picture for both guys.
Yes, they have
They have the same
Young
Byron
there.
Young for both guys.
ESPN.
Yeah.
Get it together.
So look, it happens to the best of them.
So there
I'm
is
giving
a
the Raiders
chance,
a free pass here.
So there is a
happens
chance that the Raiders drafted the wrong Byron Young.
I think they did.
Realized their mistake, cut him
So-
after a year, and just took their loss.
To be fair, the biggest piece of evidence that points to them not just calling the wrong guy, but actually scrambling and screwing up and actually drafting the wrong guy is the draft grade projection.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
Well, the fact that they had called one of them was like, no, we meant to call the other one. They had the Byron Youngs mixed up.
I know if you're gonna, and also if you're going to overdraft like that, then you're in love with that guy.
Yeah.
Right.
And you would not screw up the number.
Right.
So
Yeah, and you wouldn't cut him after a year.
Yeah.
This is
that part
They
is
did.
insane,
He played in 6 games, 4 tackles, cut him after a year. He's with the Eagles
I mean, it's
now.
not crazy to a third-round pick, I guess. I mean, but it's not normal that a third-round pick gets
Cut
cut
after
after
a
1
year.
year.
I know. Plays
Usually
only
gets at
6
least
games.
2 or 3.
Golly.
Oh, and also,
Raiders, what a
for
joke.
those who are
And to
wondering-
be fair, this is the guy that covers a team like Taylor says that says he believes
It's like
this.
they're
So
Nick Underhill.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, because, again, this happened 2 years ago, and that interview from Byron Young was 2 years ago, but they were asking Q Myers about Rams-Eagles. And he goes, I got a good story for you. Our Byron Young plays for the Eagles now, and I think they drafted the wrong one. So everything kind of like resurfaced yesterday. And by the way, those ESPN.com pictures, I pulled those up today. Those are current today. ESPN.com has the same guy on both Byron
The
Young.
first day he walks through the door, the coach is like, oh. And then
the
you
guy
can't
we
say
talked
anything.
to in
You're
Indy?
like, oh, hey.
This is not the guy.
Byron.
This is not the guy.
Well, they put him at end, and then he's
Gain
like,
some weight.
yeah, he's like, they put him out there at end, and he's like, no, coach, I play tackle. And they're like, we definitely drafted him to be
Oh, crap. I knew something was fishy
the
here.
Tennessee Byron Young, he just got inducted to the Senior Bowl Hall of Fame because I interviewed that guy. So he's had like a hell of a run to start his NFL career.
Yeah, I mean, that Rams defensive front, to have him, First, and Fisk all year 1 and year 2 in the NFL, sheesh. What's it feel like to have so many young, good players?
And right after Aaron Donald retires, you're like,
You
how are we
lost
going to replace this guy?
Brockers and Aaron Donald. Yeah, and you
you
replaced
might
him
have
with
the
those
best young
guys.
D-line in the league.
Probably my favorite play that didn't count was Braden Fisk's unbelievable return against the Saints. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Where he hit the knees to scoop up the ball, immediately popped up. He made cuts. He finished in the end zone, but what, it ended up being incomplete or something like that? I don't know. Whatever. It was one of the craziest plays I've ever seen.
Wait, this is a good
also,
question.
put
Wait.
some respect on Miles Frazier's name for saying Braden Fisk was good. Okay? Everybody crapped all over him. Braden Fisk is a dog.
Yep.
Good question. How much extra money did bad Byron Young make with that higher pick?
He said 7 picks
apart,
away.
yeah,
We're probably talking about $12,000.
Well, but what if he wasn't going to get drafted until the 5th round, though?
So then how much extra money is that?
Byron
Yeah.
Young made.
Yeah, that one.
From a
We're
fifth
talking
round to a
about a
seventh.
lot. We're talking. I mean, we're talking about.
And if he
probably
was any good, he should have had
$300,000.
more job security.
No, on average,
Being
though,
drafted
like
in the third
he was ranked like 128 on Bleacher Report. I think when I looked, his average was like 120 on like 3 or 4 different big boards, and he went 70th. So
That's
yeah,
a big
he made
difference.
a bump.
That's hundreds of thousands of dollars difference between the third round, like 70th pick, to the 5th round.
Well, it seems like good Byron Young made it. He's still making his dollars. Good for bad Byron Young.
God, I thought that it was embarrassing for us when we messed up Latu Latu and Cameron Latu. This is infinitely worse.
This is
like
way
Chad
worse.
says, when he walks in, they're playing Rocky Top. Like, hey, Byron! Yeah!
He's like, what, are they trolling me?
He's
Like,
like,
what's
I hate
happening?
Rocky Top. I hate Tennessee.
These were like, cool, guys.
Man.
And the fact that they're both on playoff teams playing against each other, neither happen to be the Raiders, is just phenomenal.
Yeah, it is. The world, sometimes truth can be stranger than fiction. That's definitely a case here. All right, that's
We'll never know if this is true because the Raiders will never admit it.
Hell no, dude.
I want to believe
and
that
it's
this
an
is
easy
true.
denial. You say, come on, you really think we did that? That's the great part
You
about
really
doing
think
something.
we're stupid? Yeah,
so
I do.
That's the great part about doing something that stupid. Is it is so stupid that there's a very easy defense. Like, I could not be that stupid.
There's no way we would do that.
Yeah, there's no way. Come on. You think we'd really do that, dude? Come on now. We really liked his tape out of Alabama. Was it Bama? Yeah, I would really like his tape out of Alabama. They should trade jerseys this weekend.
I think they should too. Now I don't know if the other young for the Eagles is.
He may not be dressing.
He
could trade a practice shirt.
It says he is active this week.
Oh,
now he has not played.
He
hadn't played. He does not have any stats this year. He hadn't played a ton because he's been injured or something. But he is active for this week.
They definitely need to trade jerseys.
A lot of people in the chat calling for jersey swap. That would be great.
But if you're bad Byron, that's just what I want to call him. If you're bad Byron with the Eagles, like, do you want to do this? Do you want to be known for that side of the story?
Byron just balls out of control.
That actually would be
finally
awesome.
gets an opportunity, gets like 2 sacks.
Yeah.
Good Byron shut down.
Y'all
Eagles
gonna learn
win.
today about bad Byron.
Yeah, bad Byron about to show you what's up. Even though I don't like bad Byron because he went to Alabama, so F him. I hope Dom feeds him too many cannolis before the game and he can't play because he's just crapping.
I do think the Rams win.
I think we all picked the Rams.
Oh,
which is
that's not good.
Didn't we all pick them? Am I wrong?
Maybe
Alondra, where
did
did you end up landing? Taylor, where did you end up landing?
I did Rams. You picked the Eagles, right, Alondra?
She was the only. That's right. Alondra's the only one that picked the Eagles. Good call. Imagine that. It's almost like you're trusting the head coach with the best winning percentage in the NFL. Poor Nick Sirianni.
It'd be weird.
Poor Nick Sirianni. Can't get any respect.
I love the Nick Sirianni stories.
Coaches.
I think they're funny.
All right, when we get back, more shenanigans. Keep it locked here on OTB.
Off the bench.
GEAUX Tommies.com. Go Tommies.com. That's windows, doors, and siding. Okay. If you want Hardy Plank or Vinyl siding, wood or vinyl windows, you want brand new doors for your home, you want energy efficient options. Okay. That literally pay for themselves over time because the money you save on bills. You want windows and siding with lifetime warranties. All of this is at Tommy's. You're also taking advantage of nearly 3 decades worth of experience. You know, Tommy's worked for somebody else for 20 years. A few years ago, he says, you know what? I know this business inside out. There's some things I do differently. And now every single year Tommy's been exists, they take home that Angie Super Service Award. So go to GEAUXTommies.com. Go Tommies! Tommy's Window Store Society.
Go there today. Check out testimonials of past clients, a gallery of work they can do for you. We tell you every single day. If you don't see it, don't worry. They can customize your job to what you're looking for. Visit the website today to see more information. GoTommies.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioneer Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Got chores that need some extra muscle, but a large piece of equipment is overkill? That's what John Deere compact utility tractors were made for. Powerful enough for the work you need to do. Compact enough for how you need to do it. Find the equipment that's right for you at Sunshine Quality Solutions. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated.
Back to sports talk. Maybe. Off the bench.
Maybe he's like a monkey. You know? Kind of like him. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. Talk about what animals we want to be. And Rivers, you took this very seriously and have been pondering your answer for 35 minutes, and you have finally officially decided.
I had it going into the second segment, but we had a lot of Byron Young talk.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, I decided house cat. Because I'm going to explain.
Yeah.
Because I feel pretty independent.
It's a cushy life.
I'm pretty self-sufficient. I can be affectionate to people that I like. And I'm a little sassy, a little moody.
Yeah. So wait, but this is what you would want to be, maybe not what most represents you.
Well, I thought that was the question. What most represents me?
Oh, no. This was just like, what do you want to be? Like, what do you want to fantasize? Or like, what animal do you want to be?
I mean, I feel like a house cat doesn't have a bad life.
But I think a house cat is actually
or
pretty
any kind of cat,
accurate.
any kind of feline probably would work.
House cats, though, are...
Maybe a cougar.
House cat...
Taylor laughed. He covered his mouth.
Yeah, no, that was
Jake did
good.
not laugh. You're the only one who did not laugh at my joke.
We will grant you the Twitter hole right now.
But some sort of feline. But I think if it's what most represents me, maybe a house cat. But otherwise, maybe just some sort of feline.
House cats.
I like the way they move. You know, like maybe like a jaguar or like a. I mean, I know cougar is a joke, but also like I kind of think they're cool. They vibe.
House cats are kind of like only children as well, where they definitely like their own. They like their own space. You know, they're very used to that. I've always described cats as kind of just roommates, really.
Yeah, I'm a great roommate
and hang out with.
I'm a great roommate.
Yeah,
like that's my vibe. So I think that's house cat who I think represents me, but just some sort of feline.
Alondra. You said that you maybe want to change your tiger answer?
Yeah, y'all were talking about sharks.
Yes.
And I think I want to be a shark instead.
So you want to be an apex predator?
I love the water.
Yeah.
Like if I can be in some water all day, I really will be.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you have fear of sharks?
No.
Like when you go in the ocean?
I would get in a cage.
Really?
And like do the shark thing.
Like in New Zealand?
And then if you're a shark, no one's messing with you. If you don't want to, you know, like if you don't want to mess with someone,
nobody's
messing
with
you.
me.
Yeah, until the dolphins show up. They're like, stop, dude. Do something.
And
Can't
I
bite
will.
me. And they like bottlenose you to death, dude. Freaking dolphins.
I'll figure it out.
Dolphins are problematic in their own right. Don't get it twisted.
Oh, you've laid this out before.
Shark Week is my fave week.
I forget what it was.
We love it. We stay in Shark Week in my house.
Dolphins engage in an activity that is so frowned upon in that I don't even feel comfortable saying the word on
okay, well, it's not then.
The show. I'm not
Think about that. T-Bob doesn't
I know,
feel comfortable
That's
saying
how messed up dolphins are.
the word.
Dolphins are therapists.
Okay.
They are. Look it up.
Okay. But
Dolphins
I like our
can
answers.
get a little-
You're
dolphins
staying
can get
with
a little
tiger.
frisky.
You're staying with tiger though.
Yes.
Wolf, I think is a great answer. And you're staying with pig or whale.
Yeah, pig, hippo, whale.
A little,
That's what
hey,
I'm
but whale, you got,
Whale.
you saw,
Whale.
hey,
Classic triumvirate.
you saw a little whale action. I mean,
We did during the commercial break, engaged in an internet theory that the Loch Ness Monster may just be a whale phallus, because apparently whales just like to flip over and flop it out of water.
Don't Google it if you really don't want to see it.
I don't think there are whales in lakes.
Yeah, that's
it's a great point.
That's
It's a good
the point
by
that,
you.
like, you know.
But like, what if one like made his way to a lake? You know?
Yeah.
That's good.
How do you get
Alondra.
there?
That's
A
good.
big flood.
But T-Bob did a
Well
side by
done.
side Loch Ness Monster
big
whale, and
flood.
it looks very similar. Like
We've never
those old school
seen-
grainy
That was
photos.
a Reddit post from 4 years ago.
We've never seen the rest of the Loch Ness Monster, so it's a little neck area.
Is this
so-
true? Did y'all hear this? I'm sure you two did. The old people. See, the young people. My brethren did.
My brethren? Bruh.
that-
You're not our brethren.
What are you talking
You're
about?
not
Wait,
our
I'm
brethren.
35.
You're
way
10
closer to
years
their
older
age
than
I'm
me.
35. I'm less than 10 years
You're
older.
basically
than
9
you.
their
years
dad.
older than me.
I'm okay, but which is less than 10.
And-
Words matter.
But you're
Okay.
only like 1 to 2.
what?
Like you're 1 year younger than Rivers.
No, they're both 40. It rounds
No.
up.
She's
I'm
37.
37.
Whatever.
You're about to be 36.
So
like you're
we're
a year
rounding
younger.
down on 40 times, rounding up.
Yes, exactly.
On
Yes.
age.
Yeah. Look, if you get 4.59,
Exactly,
that's a
Alondra.
4.5.
Yes,
we are
100%.
granting Jake the rank of 4.5.
I'll do it because it's Jake, but that's not how it works.
Yes, it's exactly how it works.
Dude, that's
I want to be clear that I don't agree with this, but I will agree with it for Jake.
The what was I gonna say? Oh,
Who really
did y'all
knows?
hear this growing up? That the word dork. What did you hear the word dork meant?
I'm too young to know this. I don't know.
Dork, like loser,
like a nerdy guy.
No,
Yeah,
like the
kinda, right?
literal definition, not like the slang definition,
know.
but like what
I
the
had
word
never
dork.
considered what it might mean.
We were always told that it meant a whale's penis.
Who told you that?
The playground.
I don't remember that ever.
Y'all never heard that?
No, but you also had woods porn. Y'all were doing some weird stuff in Atlanta.
Woods porn is
Y'all
not
were doing
my
weird
thing.
stuff.
That is a thing.
They were doing really weird stuff
Yeah.
over where
Really
like
weird
T-Bob
stuff.
Weird
and his
stuff.
friends that I don't think any of us did with our
Weird.
friends.
He's like, you remember when we did this thing? in
Yeah,
high
and we're
school?
like,
no.
I've never claimed that to be normal, but woods porn is something that exists
We
throughout
can't
the
talk about
country
it again because
and
it's
throughout
not.
the culture.
I
It's
don't
not
want to
normal.
talk
It
about
is
it,
normal.
to be honest.
Look,
I don't want
Google it.
to. I don't want to know what it is.
It's
I'm
just-
not
It's
Googling
just
super
no,
simple.
back in
It's
the day,
just
pre-internet.
they would find ways to hide porn in the woods.
No.
And then kids would go find it.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
That's
it was
it,
like a
but-
magazine.
We
or
wouldn't
something.
hide them.
Yeah.
But one day we found a cache of adult magazines in a duffel bag in the woods, and it is something that existed in a pre-internet age where men used to stash their pornography in the woods. This is American culture. There's a Norman Rockwell
Did you ever
painting
find
about
any?
it.
No.
Okay, thank
No.
you.
No.
Well,
What are
you
we
weren't
talking
in the
about?
woods enough, you know.
I feel like we probably live closer to the woods than you did.
Then how did I find woods porn?
You
And
lived
You lived in a
outwardly
weird place.
was seeking it out.
Yeah.
No, you can't seek
Like a
out
treasure
woods
map
porn.
for
What do
him.
You can't
Y'all
see
treasure
it.
hunters.
What do you
Treasure
mean? Yeah, what am I going to do? Like spy on the neighbors and see who's
No, you
carrying
just
duffel
go on a
bags into
hunt.
the woods?
You go on a hunt.
No,
You're searching
we were
for it.
playing. We saw a bag. We opened it up, and there's Playboys. It was crazy.
I'm trying to search for this dork
There's
definition
probably
that
no
you claim it means, but all of it says socially inept person, odd, socially awkward.
Some person on the playground was like, "I'm gonna tell T-Bob this," and
And he's
gonna
gonna
look
believe
like
it
an idiot.
forever.
No, we all
He's gonna
used to
believe
say
it
this.
well into his 40s.
No, I'm sure y'all all used to say it.
No,
One
well into his
kid told
40s. Look at
everybody.
you. You think you're funny?
I know I'm funny.
Okay, so according to Google, dork does not mean whale's penis.
Oh,
Shocker.
shocked.
How many people have
Breaking
you told
news.
that to, though? Because I know you, right? You've talked about this with other people before.
He said on air that Tim Tebow castrates kids.
You did.
I should also say this, though. In every article that says that dork does not mean it, it does appear to be an urban legend. Like, it's not like I made this up in a vacuum. Like, there is a conversation about does dork mean whale's penis, and it
Okay, well,
does
that
not.
did not make it to Mississippi.
It
Doesn't sound like it made it to Louisiana or Texas. So maybe that's just some Georgia stuff.
It's just so crazy being the only person with any culture in here.
Yeah, woods porn is definitely culture.
Not the Mexican in here.
Look, you don't find woods porn. Woods porn
I mean,
finds
here's an
you when
entire
you're ready.
Reddit thread. Here's an
Ben
entire
Levy.
Reddit thread from 7 years ago talking about the dork thing.
Didn't you grow up in the same neighborhood as Usher? What kind of woods were you running around in?
So
The Diddy woods?
I mean, gated woods, to be fair. But
Gated woods, that's not a thing.
That's not a thing.
It actually is.
That's just landscaping.
It's a lot of
Someone
trees
planted those trees.
inside of the neighborhood. But we didn't find it in my neighborhood. We found it in one of my friends' neighborhoods.
Oh, you had to go outside the gate for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, never found wood porn in mine.
T-Bob, it says,
again, shocked.
It says T-Bob can find Woods porn, but not Orlando, Florida.
I mean, why do I need to know where Orlando is? I'll maintain my stance.
Because you go
You
there
go
often.
all the time.
Literally always. And you drive.
So, just follow the GPS. Go to yourgoodwood.com.
Speaking of, Will.
Yeah. lot of phallus talk here. If yours is not working, head over to Goodwood because you can get it fixed immediately. So come on, wake up, stop it. There's no need to suffer from ED. There's no need to suffer from low T, for balding, from low energy, anything. Okay, men, we are going to be our best as we enter the decrepit, aging phase of life that Jake is knocking on the door of. We have to make sure that we are fighting it and we are not going quietly into that good night. And you can do that with Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Go in, get your labs drawn, let them customize a plan for you. It's transparent, it's affordable. Do not settle for mediocrity. YourGoodwood.com. Ask the Bench coming up next.
Off the bench.
I can't believe none of y'all heard the dork thing growing up.
Move on.
Never.
Move on.
There's a lot of urban legends that
that
we
exists.
share,
Yeah.
but not that one.
Huh. Go to Trash Rangers. Remember, guys, you make the switch to Trash Rangers right now. Residentially, you're in Livingston or Ascension. You have a choice who handles your residential trash pickup. You're lucky in that way. You choose Trash Rangers right now. We got a half-off deal going off the train for less than $15 a month. You can start getting your trash pickup by Trash Rangers, which is local, reliable, efficient. They're part of the community. Send you texts the night before it's your day to put out your can so you never forget. Go to trashrangers.com, trashrangers.com.
Yeah, go to the site today. Sign up for residential service, commercial service right there at the bottom of the webpage. Again, trashrangers.com. Now, that's the only site that you have to use. No more LLC, just trashrangers.com. Roll-off dumpsters right there at the bottom right. 3 different sizes to choose from. They'll make sure you get the right size. 225-363-9053.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary. For those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Family-owned and community-driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756.
Window coverings that wow, all from K to Z. We got complimentary installation. Brandon Barton, the team, taking advantage of decades of experience, going to come into your home, let you know all the options, aesthetically, functionally, bring your home to the next level. Now it's time for Ask the Bench, brought to you by Cole Coors Life is here at Soldier Blue Moon Lights, Sky Search Suite. I'd like to say this. Amy Goodson in the chat. Dork and woods porn are definitely a Georgia thing, born and raised in South Georgia.
Okay,
so she ran into both phenomenons. Ask the Bench, what else did T-Bob find in the woods? Pine cones. Ask the Bench, y'all going to WrestleMania NOLA next year? Hell yeah, if it's back.
I bet Dev will be there.
Yeah, he will. I mean, yes, Dev will definitely be there.
For sure.
Ask the Bench. Nookie does this every day. With the abysmal TV ratings of the College Football Playoff, will there be snow next week? What is it, 50% chance on Tuesday?
Yeah, it's a higher chance than we've had in a long time. When's the last snow we had?
The kids are out of school on Monday, and then we get another day on Tuesday. So that's exciting.
Hey, Grinch, if it snows, suck it up. Okay, Miss House Cat?
Maybe it's because I don't have kids.
Some of us have to work all day now.
You just want to sit there and preen and just...
Some of us have to work all day now, T-Bob.
Maybe it's because I don't have kids. I hate when it snows down here. Can't stand it. It's nothing but a nuisance.
Keeps me from doing the things I need to do.
The power goes out. The roads are closed. Awesome. We still got to be here. Which means Tuesday.
Hey, does anybody want to find a dead body in the woods? Because that's where you're headed, Taylor. Relax.
No, I'm just saying, like Tuesday morning when I get here,
no,
all
if
the
you
power's
put
going to come out.
any snow energy into the universe, I'm going to fight you.
Taylor.
I hope we don't have snow.
Taylor.
Oh, my
Taylor.
God, dude.
Me and you.
I also don't want snow.
Thank you.
Jeez.
Snow down here is
You!
not even
3-2.
No, snow down here is not even pretty, guys.
It's not. It's the worst. It's muddy.
I'm on your ass today.
Snow is pretty here for about 6 hours. Then it just turns into this
mud
gray
and
slush
gross
that is sitting on the
slush.
ground. No.
Hey,
Snow's
ask the
terrible
bench.
down
Did
here.
y'all talk about? Hey, ask the bench.
Yeah.
Did y'all talk about the bird handler?
No.
You missed it. I think the time has passed.
Nah. Because it's a European soccer story. It doesn't, like, you can play whenever in this market. Have you heard about that,
Like,
Jake?
too long, don't read version. There's an eagle bird handler for what team?
A falconer.
Falconer.
technically, For Laiuza.
No, but it's an eagle.
Oh, it's an eagle for Laiuza.
Okay. He was let go because apparently he had some sort of work done on his.
He got a penis implant.
He got a penis implant, but he was posting pictures of it. So the team let him go, and then he locked himself in the facility and will not leave until they let him
barricaded
apologize.
himself. He barricaded himself inside. He didn't want to leave. But apparently he's lived there for 15 years. So, like, of course the poor guy doesn't want to leave.
But just stop posting that stuff on the internet.
I did not think that's where that story was going when y'all said y'all had a bird story with
that's
European
what I
soccer.
said. The ultimate bird watcher. He just loves birds, dude.
Yeah.
Ask the bench. Will this dork whale penis discussion help or hurt OTB's ranking?
Help, from what you said earlier.
I think so. I think so as well. Ask the bench. I'm trapped in my house. Oh, wait. I'm trapped in a house with my 2 offspring, both under 2.5 years old.
Oof.
Both have RSV with fever. Odd to make it this weekend without getting sick myself.
Not high.
RSV is like.
I feel like I've never gotten RSV.
Yeah,
as a kid.
it's
It's like a
really
little kid thing.
No, you can get it as an adult. It's just
Really?
a respiratory. It's just basically like the flu with respiratory stuff.
Ben Levy. Breaking news. Taylor Sharp's body found in the woods right next to a stash of vintage Playboys. Authorities believe the 2 events are unrelated. Yes. Bigfoot is not my nemesis. Shut up. If Nessie is real, then is Bigfoot real? I think there's probably a better chance that there's a North American primate race walking around than Nessie.
Yeah.
I don't
I
think
could be
so.
wrong there.
You don't
I
think
think the
Nessie's more
water
realistic?
is so like.
You're probably right, but it's not the ocean; it's a lake, like you said.
That's true, but
Yeah, but still, I mean,
I'm just not going to be surprised if any
You're late,
crazy
Bob.
things.
You've seen some
like,
crazy things.
I saw something on the internet the
really.
other day that it was
Really?
like, if a dragon flew past me, I'd be surprised, but not like surprised.
Shut. That's what? Yes, you would. If a dragon flew past you,
I'd be
you would
surprised.
not know.
I'd be surprised, but like not surprised.
No, I would be gobsmacked, flabbergasted. flabbergasted, stunned, blown away if a freaking dragon flew by me.
I'd be surprised, but not surprised.
Are you kidding me? No.
I always knew those things were real.
Ask the bench, where does Frank Gore rank all time? Could he be considered a fullback?
Frank Gore's top 10 running back.
I mean, not top 5 for longevity?
All time, no.
He's top 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely top 10.
Yeah.
Hey, how was the elite thing yesterday?
Oh, we opened
Shout
the
out,
show.
y'all.
It was
I saw,
unbelievable,
yeah, I
dude.
saw-
It was unbelievable.
It's the squad.
That place is incredible.
That's awesome.
It is a resource that is represented not just nowhere else in Louisiana, but like kind of nowhere else in Southeast almost.
I think
Proud
the
of
closest
you.
thing, thank you. I think the closest thing is
Probably Dr. Andrews thing in Pensacola.
Like that has the facility in the fields, Dallas.
There you go. We're moving on up, baby. We got Meta, AI, Elite. We moving on up, baby. All right, we'll see you Monday.
Off the bench.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.